Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with an E. This is a wonderful show because I heard there was a landslide recently. So if you've got dirty paths, we have a way to clean them and protect them and make them look lovely and free from moss and mildew and lichen and all that kind of thing. In fact, I think the easiest thing to do is just bring in the man who knows more about moss than I would ever care to, and that is Alan Ennis, and he's here. Hello.
That was a very big walk there, wasn't it?
That was a very big walk.
Literally 2 steps from just there.
A couple of strides, that's right.
Do you know what? It was almost like I was taking a penalty.
Is that right? Oh, the football. There's been football, hasn't there?
Yes.
So,
England.
you've been given a wide berth.
Yes.
I don't follow football.
You should. England 5-4 on penalties. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, yeah. Well, not such a great game, but great result. Well done.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I was surprised to hear that England had won something.
Well, here's the thing. Well, semi-finals. So here's the thing, right, is that now that the summer is coming in, and perhaps on Wednesday night when the football is on, or indeed when England get to the final next Sunday, people will be out in their back gardens watching with friends. They want to clean all their patio area, get rid of moss, mold, mildew and algae. Well, tonight is the show.
We do.
We do.
That's what this is all for.
Believe it or not, I'm organising.
Tell everyone, what's it for? It's from JCB. It's the people that make the diggers, right?
The people who make the big diggers, yeah, absolutely. So you immediately associate heavy duty when you think of JCB.
Yeah.
You know, you think of big jobs. You think about, you know, really getting down and you know, big, strong, powerful things.
Sure.
And this is exactly it. So what we have tonight is we have two different, well, we've got 3 different liquids for you tonight, okay? So 3 liquids, and they all do something slightly different.
Yes.
But we'll talk you through this in a moment.
And I want to say they're all individually available, but we've also created what we consider to be some logical bundles. So on your screen right now is 440995. That is the JCB Keep It Clear. Kind of does what it says on the tin. 5 litres. Oh, actually, sorry, no, that's not the. Sorry, excuse us. That's not. Well, okay, I'll give you the details of this, but that's not the main bundle that I wanted to give you the information for. So we've got the Keep It Clear is the main thing, isn't it? So we've got Keep It Clear with the sprayer. We've got the Keep It Clear with a paving sealer, which is once you've treated, you then basically seal it to keep it going longer.
Yeah.
And then we've also got the black spot remover,
Yes.
which also comes with, I believe, with the pavement sealer. So
yes.
we'll go through them individually. Sorry, I totally confused that.
No, that's
because
okay.
I was expecting one thing on the screen.
Let's just go to this one, because this is the one we're talking about now that's on the screen right now.
Yes.
So this is the JCB Keep It Clear. So basically what we have here is, and I'll put this here because we give you this so you can administer it with this here. But quite frankly, if I'm honest with you, you've got large areas to do, your hand is going to get tired. So I would strongly suggest you get the 5-litre pressure sprayer. But you get one of these. I'm going to put that aside for a moment.
Yes.
So this here basically is your Keep It Clear. Now what this does is it clears algae, moss, mold, mildew and things like that, okay? And you literally, you dilute this 4 parts water to 1 part solution.
I'm just wondering, can I ask my producer, can we do the Spray It Clear with the 5-litre spray? Because that's kind of the main bundle, and it allows you to explain the dilution a little bit.
Sure.
So thank you. Sorry, it's just for my own little brain. Okay, so this 5-litre sprayer. You can buy it on its own. The details will go up on the screen, and it's how much? $19.99 on its own, which I think is still
good value.
Steal. But for $29.99, you get the Keep It Clear and you get the sprayer, and they're the sort of perfect combo.
Yes.
And that's all that people might want to buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the great thing about this is that, first and foremost, you have the 5-litre sprayer, so it is easy to mix, and then it's easy to administer. I'll get to that in just a second, because this has a couple of features that I really like.
Yes.
But let me tell you the fundamentals about this product here itself. Now, you will see this is half full. Of course, yours will be full. I've been using that at home. This is why, okay? So what you do is you mix this 4 parts water with 1 part of the solution in this, and it gets rid of moss, mold, algae, mildew. Now, on all hard surfaces. So I'm just going to quickly go through a few things. Garage doors, paving slabs. You can use it on kids' plastic furniture that you would have out there. You can use it on your decking. You can use it on wooden furniture. You can use it on rattan furniture. You can use it on glass. You can use it on plastics. You can use it on UPVC.
We've got a graphic, I think, which we'll show later.
Well, we'll have a look. Everything. Now, what I'm going to show you is, and it's important to show you this off the bat as well, because you might think, well, what kind of results? Well, this was something that was at the side of my house when I moved in, and you can see clearly where I sprayed
Yeah,
they keep it clear down the middle.
Brand new, isn't it?
Like brand new. And that's exactly what this does, and that's the effect that you look to get.
Yes.
Now, it's really, really simple to administer. As I say, you do 4 to 1 in this solution.
Yeah.
And you spray it till it's quite wet, okay? So there's actually standing water on it, okay?
And actually, you always say, don't you, the reason that you dilute it is because it's the water that is the carrier.
Yeah.
For the keep it clear, basically.
Yeah, so when you spray, imagine if you had, 5 minutes of rain and you've got that little bit of standing water. That's what you want to do. So you want to spray the area and make sure that it's there, that it's covered. And what happens then is that through the moss, the mold, the algae, the mildew, whatever's on there that you're getting rid of, the solution in the water will soak through the affected area and into the pores of where you sprayed as well, whether that be wood or, plastics or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And then the water evaporates away, but it leaves behind the active ingredient from this. And that active ingredient then will kill everything and give you the most beautiful finish or new look like that.
So it could be your pavement, your garden path, as you say, it could be your garden furniture, your wooden garden furniture, decking, etc. But surely, can't you just pressure wash?
No, because that's a problem, okay? Because what we have is with algae, moss, mildew, all of those things, they're all living. So what will happen is if you get a pressure washer, and a lot of people make this mistake, and you pressure wash that, yes, it will come up clean, but what you're actually doing is you're firing all of the spores for this everywhere else. So it's going on to, you're making it worse. It's going on to your fence, it's going on to your decking, it's going on to your fence posts, it's going on everywhere. It's going on to your shed roof, it's going on all of those, and it will regrow. It's going into next door's garden as well. You're genuinely making it worse.
Can I ask a question or make a sort of summarise, if you like, in a way that I think is kind of for the layman like me?
Yeah.
It's really easy. You dilute it 4 to 1.
Yep.
You just spray it anywhere there's green stuff you don't want.
Yep.
And then 24 hours later, that green stuff's gone.
Well, what will happen is it starts to work immediately, and what you will see after 24 hours, you will start to see a change. But your full results will come over kind of 3, 4, maybe 5 days.
Okay.
But you will see that difference.
So it's good.
That's it.
If you can point a thingy and you can squirt,
you can do it.
Anyone can do it. So I'm just saying, because I don't have green fingers, I live in a flat, I've seldom ever had a garden. Obviously, I know there will be people out there who'll be laughing at me, oh, bless that Rob and his brown fingers. But so a lot of you will understand what to do with this. But for those that maybe have just got their first house or something like that, and they've got moss and mildew and this kind of stuff all over the place, front garden, back garden, or wherever, might be thinking, what do I do? And of course, the number one thing you think of is either soap and a brush, or it's a pressure washer of some kind.
Which again,
is the worst thing you can do.
Absolutely the worst. You spray it on like that. You can see how wet that is. That's the way you should apply this. But here's the thing. You see the green on that wall? Again, you can see all that. That's what it's treating. But Rob, the thing about this is that you were talking about getting a new house. Maybe you've moved into a house that you bought from somebody, and you go out and you go, oh, I'm paving slabs, or those stepping stones are all a bit horrible. I need to change those. Well, try this first, because this could bring it right up.
It could be a really affordable alternative.
Absolutely. Or if you've got a brand new house and you go, hey guys, thanks very much for telling me about this JCV paving. Sorry, I put the wrong one up, haven't I? I put a sealant there.
Oh, sorry.
Where did I put the other bottle? There it is.
Yes.
Paving seal. I get them all mixed up.
There it is.
So you could put this on. You said I don't need it because I've got brand new, brand new fence. I've got brand new floors. I've got brand new decking. You need it more than anybody else, because you are now preventing. If you spray this and use it twice a year around now and just before autumn, your quid's in. You're going to keep all of that away. So what you're doing is you're preventing it from ever growing.
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Roughly what sort of coverage? How much will 1 5-litre bottle?
Okay,
do?
So it depends. You can obviously completely overuse this, and you know what, you've asked me and I've completely forgotten what the coverage is.
While you're doing that, actually, we have.
Where did that go?
We have one of our senior executives watching at the moment. Paige, I understand, is watching. She's only 10, but she's already on the management ladder.
Oh, brilliant.
And she tells me how I should present the show.
Lovely.
She critiques my performances, and she keeps me basically on the straight and narrow. So thank you for that, Paige. We appreciate you watching, and we'll make sure we do a good job for you. Yeah.
And where's Paige situated?
Paige is situated in Winchester.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah. She stays up, you see. She will not go to bed until she's watched ShopOnTV. It's her favourite show in the whole wide world.
By the way, there we go. I've got it. Do you know? You know what? It was in my. We have so much information in our head. I totally forgot about this. So 1 litre of this concentrated will do around 5 metres square.
1 litre, 5 metres square, so so that's 25 square metres.
25 square metres.
That which is quite a large area. Quite a lot, isn't it? Now, so here's the bundle. It's 696,088. You can buy the spray and leave on its own, but I wouldn't, because I think it's, what is it on its own, the spray and leave? It's $21.99. This is $19.99 on its own. So we put those together because that's the most logical way you're going to use it. You can buy extra sprayers if you want, because these on their own are superb, and you can use them for just for watering your flowers and things like that. You can use them for other harsher chemicals, maybe, because if you're using really harsh chemical, and we'll talk about that when we get to the black spot remover, which if you've got black spots on your pavements and things like that, it's like a stain remover, but it's a pretty powerful stuff.
Yes.
So that's why you'd have probably buy a separate one of these.
And by the way, just to say that this one here has no bleaches, no acids in it, so you're safe to use this. And that's a good. And
what about pets and children?
Keep them away when it's wet.
Yeah.
Only just as a precaution.
Yes.
Even if the dog does run through it into your house, it's all fine. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Not a disaster. It's only as a precaution on this one. But there's no acids, no bleaches. So as I go down along here, you'll see some of the different surfaces that.
So basically, essentially, we've given you, this is how you clear it. Then if you want to, you can just do this every 6 months. But if you want a preventative measure, then there's the sealant. And then if you've got really tough stains, there's the black spot remover. They're all available individually, but we've also put bundles together for you as well. We'll cover those in a moment. But we've got actually someone looks very much like you. I think you've got a doppelganger, because, and not only that, ironically, he had one of these sprayers as well, and he had the good sense to tell us how to use it.
Has he got an Irish accent?
Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when it comes to filling up your 5 litre JCB sprayer, it doesn't get much easier, because what they've done actually here is created and given you a funnel to pour into. So let me show you how it's done. Simply twist the handle and take out the inside. That's your pressure sprayer, and of course then it's very easy to fill up. Now in this instance, I'm going to be putting in the JCB Keep It Clear, which needs to be diluted. So in this instance, I put in 4 litres of water, and I'm going to pour in 1 litre of the JCB Keep It Clear. Little top tip from Alan: don't pour like that, it glugs. Turn it on its side and you get a lot less glugging. And then fill it up 1 litre. So I'm using a 20% ratio. Once that's done, simply pop this back in, give it a twist, and once it's in nice and tight, you can then put the pressure in by pumping this around 20, maybe 25 times, but you'll know when it's absolutely filled with air and pressure, and then you go along with your thumb switch and you spray it to your heart's content. And when it comes to using any of the products inside of this JCB pressure sprayer, well, it couldn't be any easier, because number one, you have a shoulder strap, so that's taking all of the weight for you. You can simply place it on the ground, or of course you can carry it with the carry handle. But in this instance, I'm using the JCB Keep It Clear inside here to get rid of moss, algae, and all of those horrible things around your garden, the green stuff that you don't want. So how do we apply this? Well, we simply press the trigger spray and we put it all over the area that's affected, whether it be moss, algae, lichen, or any of those things. And what we want to do is we want to give it a wet, a really good wetting, just like I'm showing you here. Now, the reason that we put plenty of the Keep It Clear from JCB down is that we want the area to be saturated. Now, what's happening here is that it is now penetrating through the problem area and going into the pores of the stone or the wood or whatever we put it onto, and it's going into the pores, and therefore killing not just what you can see but what you can't see as well. And how quickly can you cover areas? Well, of course, with this sprayer we can adjust the nozzle to get a different spray, and you can see that as I turn it, more of a fan spray. So look, I can cover large areas quite quickly with this. So this is your pavement, it can be your roofs, it can be your caravans, it can be pretty much anything, any hard area outside. Now I want you to notice that if you start losing pressure, all you do is simply pop this off your shoulder and give it a pump like so. And again, you will feel that resistance happening, and it's starting to become quite resistant now. Now I'm done. Now remember I said you can use the carry handle? Well, of course, if I'm walking, I can have it like this, as opposed to being on my shoulder, or of course just leave it on the ground. Now, one more thing as well to tell you about this is great because JCB have really thought this out. You don't have to keep your thumb on here if you're doing large areas. You can press it down and it will pop back out again. Press it down, push it forwards, and it locks into place. So I don't even have to hold my thumb on all of that. And again, here we go. All that is done. And now I know that within a couple of days, I'm going to see massive, massive differences in that moss. If you're working on a slope, always start at the top and let it roll down. And that's just how easy the 5-litre pressure sprayer is to use from JCB.
Hello! We just wanted to see Alan for a little bit longer.
We can't do our maths.
We can't do our maths.
We literally can't
So
do our
1 litre diluted does 5 square metres.
Between 2.5 and 5 square metres.
So there are 5 litres of concentrate.
Yeah, which makes 25 litres all in all. So I'm going to say, first say about 50 square metres. That's the least that we'll do. 50 square. Sorry, folks.
No, 20.
50. 2.5 per litre. We've got 25 litres. So 2 metres squared, 25 times is 50. People are watching going, what's wrong with the boys tonight? We're normally...
Honestly, all night we've had... It's like our brains have just stopped working.
Well, I've completely forgot Sam's name earlier on. I was like, it just didn't come to me. Right,
anyway, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. So yeah, so you mix it up. Oh, by the way, can I give you a little tip on this? You saw a minute ago about that, but make sure you put 4 litres of water in first. I did say that in the video.
Yes.
But make sure 4 litres of water first and then 1 litre of the solution. It just saves it from foaming up and stuff like that. But let's go down along the counter here because I just want to give the people at home the ideas of where we can use it.
Please.
So whether you have block paving, whether you have paving slabs, you know, if you have up on your roof, it doesn't matter because you may have discoloration and you may have moss. This is going to kill all of the moss and render it dead, and then you can brush it away and it's gone. But you're not getting just the moss, you're getting all of the moss and you're getting the roots of it as it goes into the pores of this. All of this coloration, all of this gone. Now the problem with moss is this, right? So if I pick up a few bits of this moss, it holds ever such a large amount of water. You ready for this? Look what's in my hand, okay? Watch this.
Wow.
Look at how much water's coming out of that. And incidentally, when you spray this, that's roughly how wet it should look. Like that.
Oh, okay.
So
but also with the moss, because the roots are getting down into whatever it's attached to.
Yes.
So again, if you blast it with a pressure washer or hose or something like that, then you're spreading it around, the spores around to grow elsewhere.
Yes.
And you're also leaving the roots in, aren't you? So I mean, again, it just exasperates the situation.
It really does. So please don't do that. Now, even if you don't buy this from us tonight, exacerbates.
Exacerbates.
Even if you're not going to buy some of this tonight and have this at home, please don't use a pressure washer. It really is bad. I remember speaking to a lady, actually had a message from a lady before who said that she used to get someone into pressure wash every year, and she said it took longer and longer every year. It was getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah. And that's exactly why it was getting worse, because it was firing it everywhere, and then it was going to be on our fence, and it was going to be everywhere. Because you can use this on fence posts, whether they're wooden
well, actually, I was going to say,
concrete.
is there any chance, have we got the graphic that shows the house with all of the different places, areas that you can use it? We'll see if we can.
Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, now, again, curbing as well. Have a look at this. Now, this is one that I treated before I brought in. I found this. Again, that's why I find these things, because they're all broken, and I find them around that they've been around for a long time. And you can see here the issue, and you can see where I use this just here, and it is gone to keep it clear. So you can see the difference in that. I'll turn this to the camera that's going to be on this in a second, but you can see the difference that it makes. So I think we all have problems like this, that horrible discoloration, and now we want to get to this. Now, the reason I like this is you can see we've got some black spots on this as well, which it hasn't removed, because this is very, very old, okay? Right. So it's got some real problems. So if you do have lots of problems, like that black mold and a lot of it around, I would suggest you go for that black spot remover as well, and then you can individually treat those. Just go around and go.
Do you want to talk about that next? What should we talk about? Or do you want to move logically onto the sealant?
Let's move right down the bottom here, if that's okay, and then we can talk about the sealant. So, because I want you to see, so again, look at this here. Some of these blocks, you know, you might have these block paving, whatever it might be, they'd get discoloration. We can see discoloration around here. You can see the green, algae growing around here, and that becomes the problem. And this is what we're trying to get rid of. But it doesn't matter what they're made from, you know, what construction they are. any hard surface at all, you can use this on. In fact, let me show you this just here, because this is, I'll just show you that now again once we have the camera, but you see the green discoloration starting on this? Let me just bring this into shot
again,
where
this
we
is
have
just
it.
the spray and lead, sorry, not the keep it clear.
The keep it clear, this is, all of this we're talking about is keep it clear. Now have a look here, you can clearly see the line here where I have treated this flower pot. And I mean, again, the difference in this is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
You can clearly see that line as we go around.
It's almost the difference between keeping it or chucking it away, isn't it?
Well, exactly. And the thing is, we can inherit things. So you see people selling things from their garden because they're old and they think they look terrible.
Yeah,
I'll actually buy some of those and then use this.
Restore them and go sell them for a bit more. Build an empire.
How, you know, this is something that we all see. No, we can't. Is we all see is this kind of moss here. Now the bigger pieces of moss I had a minute ago tend to be up on the roofs.
Right.
That's where you see those bigger pieces. But then the thinner stuff that you see just like this, because there are thousands of different types of moss that grow in the UK.
Yeah, there's Kate. What?
Sterling,
yeah.
have a little look at this here, folks, because we can see the difference. Larry Moss.
He was a very famous acting
Was
coach.
he?
Yeah.
I did know
Or he's
he
still
was.
a very famous acting coach.
Again, this kind of thing here, you can see, look at all of the problems with this here. You can see all the moss growing on this, all the way down, around. Again, get rid of it, bring it back to like new.
Yes.
Now, what you do is when you spray this, what's not going to happen is it's not going to completely disappear it. It will kill it, and then you can brush it away or you can power wash it away if you want.
So you apply it, give it 3 or 4 days, you said?
Yeah.
Once at the colour, and then you can go ahead with your pressure wash.
Yes, because it's dead.
Yeah.
Or brush that away because it will go dry.
How long before it would start coming back? I mean, why do we need the paving sealant, for example?
Okay, so look at again in the absolute fairness with everybody to say, when you use this, it can last up to, what we say, every 6 months. Use it every 6 months and it should keep it at bay.
Yes.
But when you then get the sealant and you put the sealant also on that, it's like that extra bit of protection.
Right.
It's giving you that extra reassurance.
It's like putting on your undercoat and then putting on your gloss on top.
A gloss on top.
Yeah, or if you do your nails, don't you do two things on your nails?
I don't know, I don't do my nails.
No, I don't know either.
No.
Gemma, base coat and a top coat.
Base coat and a top coat, there you go, apparently you do.
I've been paying attention. It's been a long time since I've seen a lady painting her nails.
Have we talked about this again tonight, have we?
No, that's it. That's all.
Oh, okay, fine. I was happy. So when we get this Keep It Clear as well...
Or anybody. I'm an equal opportunities observer of nail painting.
Anytime.
Many guys like to paint their nails as well.
They do, and more now than ever I see as well. I think it's quite fashionable.
Or gals. People of
fashionable.
not what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. You know.
Let's not go down it because we could get in trouble.
No.
Any type of roofing tile, it doesn't matter what one it is, what type it is, as long as it's a hard surface, you can spray this onto it and then you can leave it there, and the JCB Keep It Clear will get rid of all that discoloration for you.
Yes.
Now, remember I said there's no bleaches, no acids in this. I want you to have a look at this here. Now, again, this is a piece of trellis that I found. Again, it's an ugly looking thing because it's really old, but I wanted to make a point and I want you to see that this is something I found. If we look here at the green around here, and clearly just at the top here, we can see where I've sprayed it, and that green comes up to here.
Where did you get this from?
Uncle John's back garden.
Yeah, so is he missing it?
No, it was down in the corner, chipped away.
Okay, good.
Most of these things came from Uncle John's back garden.
John.
Yeah. We used to have lovely props, but they all disappeared.
I know.
But you can see that
honestly,
hopefully
it
that
really
comes
is effective. What I love about it is it's so simple to use. You don't have to be an expert gardener, but it does so much. There are very few things that I can think of that you can do in your garden or on your patio or your decking or whatever that have such a dramatic effect without requiring any expertise or knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah.
You literally fill up the sprayer.
You spray it on there and you just walk away from it.
You walk away, and a few days later you give it a wash down.
No bleaches, no acid, so you can use it.
And the sealant, with the details on the bottom of the screen, the sealant, you don't dilute that, do you?
No, you just spray that on, and what that does then, it creates this kind of hydrophobic water.
How many square metres does that do?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
No, because if we work that out, we can work out the other one.
No, it says it on that one, I think.
I can't read.
What happened to our brain tonight?
Well, I haven't got my reading glasses on, so I can't.
I will take a look in a second. Well, we haven't come to talk about that yet. Give us a minute.
Sorry.
I often use it on these kind of seat covers as well because there's no bleach, no acids in it. But that means also you can use it on awnings as well. as well. So if you don't have to worry about bleaches in it discoloring it. But what we always would say is use it on a little tiny piece, just to make sure there's nothing in your fabric that could be discolored. And that's the thing. But yeah, get rid of all of that thing.
Can I just get confirmation that graphic is around? Okay, yeah, so we'll show it in a minute.
Yeah, let's have a little look. And last one down here, this is a really good one as well, because look at this little block just here. It's a bit of a breeze block, and we can see that, you can see down the bottom just here, you can see the green on this, but the top where I sprayed it is so much cleaner and so much better. Shall I move it, or is the camera coming there?
Yeah, bring it in.
Bring it in. I'll bring it in.
Can I just can I just say it's really busy at the moment. For if you buy nothing else, if you're in rented accommodation, if you are in your own house, if you own your own home, if you have any kind of garden, patio, whether maybe a caravan, a boat. Again, can we show that graphic? I just want to show this graphic because I think it's really great. And there it is. Look, cladding. This is just around the house. Roofing, stone work and masonry. See, obviously we'll have to put another 50p in the meter on that.
Okay.
There we go. Stonework and masonry, gutters, I thought I said fancy decking, fencing and decking, PVC and aluminium windows, patios and paths, canvas awnings, sunshades. But again, it could be wooden patio furniture.
Just let's look at that there again. You can see that we're showing you the canvas awnings, as you can see there. We're also showing you the caravan there, but the roof of the caravan, because that's where the water sits.
Yeah.
It's where water sits that you get the problem. I was on a bus going from Dublin to Wexford a couple of weeks ago, and I went to see Mum and Dad, and I was sitting in the bus and I was looking down on the top of a white van, and it was covered in green algae. And I was thinking, I'd love to spray that with some of the JCB Keep It Clear.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. But all of those places you can spray it onto, so it doesn't really matter. Kids play slides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's wood, it's concrete, it's every single house.
So if you've got like those, if you've got a pub or something like that, and you've got those benches, the pub benches, the garden benches, it's perfect for that. If you've got a wooden bench like a park bench. Yeah. It really is extraordinary stuff, and it's so simple to use. So again, $41.98 is the price. $21.99 if you just bought the Keep It Clear on its own, and $19.99 if you just bought the 5-litre sprayer on its own, which you can do. Maybe you've got a sprayer already, so you don't. But we bundled them together as well, and for $29.99 you get a tenner off, 12 quid off actually. You get 5 litres of the JCB Keep It Clear, and you get the 5-litre sprayer as well. There is also a bundle which we've put together, which has the pavement sealant. So once you've applied the Keep It Clear, again, most people will just do that. You don't even need to do any more, because if you use it every 6 months, and by the way, if you want to stock up and get yourself some extra bottles now while it's available, then maybe get yourself a year's supply. Or if you've got, depending on the size, we're saying 50 square metres, right?
Yeah, 50 square metres.
Are we confident?
Approximately, yes.
Approximately, for the Keep It Clear. So if you've got an area larger than that you're going to treat, or I mean, any part of your house really that's got moss, mildew, lichen, that kind of stuff on it.
Well, you think about anywhere that water sits. Now, one of the real big problem areas for a lot of people as well is the UPVC windowsills.
Yeah,
because the water sits there, and you get all that green.
Conservatories. I remember the green stuff on my dad's conservatory.
Absolutely. Yeah. On the roof of that, the glass, it will even treat the glass.
Yeah.
It will do all of that. And remember, it's also preventative as well. So if you do have a brand new one, but in fact, Mark Thatcher, of course, you know Mark Thatcher, the guy who gave me my first job on TV. I went around to his house and he got a new conservatory put on, and I brought some of this and I started. He said, what are you doing, Al? And I said, well, I'm putting this on, it gets rid of mold algae. And this is the truth. And he said to me, but there's none of that on that. And I said, exactly the point.
Yeah, there
won't be. Right. I left them some, and now he just keeps doing it.
So if you've got something new, use the Keep It Clear.
Yeah.
If you've already cleaned stuff up, then also, we recommend why don't you go for the paving sealant. Now, you can buy that on its own. We do have a bundle with the black spot remover, which we'll explain. And that's what we've got on the screen right now. That's 259337. You might not have black spots that need removing. If it's pristine other than the green stuff, then if you just want the paving sealant on its own. In fact, I think we've got the paving sealant with the Keep It Clear, haven't we? Yes, right. So there is a Keep It Clear and paving sealant. That's the logical duo. You don't get the sprayer, but you do get one of the smaller sprayer. You don't get the pressure sprayer, but you get a regular trigger sprayer, so you can still apply it. But you could always get, if you're going to go for that bundle, you could always then just get the 5-litre sprayer on its own.
Yes.
So we've tried to cover all bases here. Let's very briefly talk about the pavement sealer and also black spot remover. And then, by the way, lots of you are going for our waterless wash and wax, which is also on the show. We're going to show you a demonstration of that in literally a couple of minutes' time. So,
let's just move down here to this one. This is where we have that.
Oh, we're going to go TV slowly.
We've got to go TV slowly. Ready, go.
Oh no, that's too slow.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh no.
No. Where is he? He's behind you. Oh no, he isn't.
I've got no room. There's no room for me. Now I've got too much room.
There you go. Right, so I want to talk about this now. So the majority of you guys at home for
There we go. Good. Yeah.
That was tough.
Someone was just. Oh, it's just a little bit too. Let's put it. There we go. Good.
Good.
Sorry, sir. Somebody was just ringing in. Not ringing in. They don't do that these days, do they? They were just emailing in to ask. Can it clean a headstone?
Right. Okay. I generally mention that, and yes, absolutely 100%. In fact, a quick little story, okay? And I'm not making it. I would never make something like this. I never would do that. On Facebook recently, I saw somebody who I am connected with on Facebook, and they said, "Guys, I need to go out to my family's headstone, at headstones, and I need to clean them. What can I use?"
That's brilliant.
Not the black spot remover, the keep it clear. Yeah.
Because actually, I mean, that's when I think of headstones, I think of the green lichen and stuff on.
Because there's nobody
Unless
there.
They're marble.
Yeah. No, absolutely 100% use it on that.
Brilliant.
And even on the loose stones that are on graves as well, they can discolour. And of course, if you have a little border around of granite or of marble or something, use it on that as well.
Presumably, you have to be careful about if you've got flowers and plant beds and things like that.
Yes. Yeah. Be careful with that. You know, just keep it away from.
Mask it off.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of, or even get a piece of cardboard and put it down and just spray and just spray.
Because if it's killing greenery, it's going to kill the stuff you don't want killed as well as the stuff you do.
If you're doing it, if you're using it around ponds as well, if you have fish life in there, take the the bits away. So if it's rockery or something, then spray it and then put it back.
Put it back, right?
Put it back.
Okay, good.
So majority of people are going to use that. That's what most people. I would recommend you buy for the majority of houses.
At the very least, get the keep it clear.
Yes.
Probably with the sprayer because it's worth it because of the bundle. If you want to go to stage 2, then you get what's on the screen, which is the keep it clear and the paving sealant. And if you want to go to stage 3, you get the first bundle that gives you the keep it clear and the sprayer, and then you get the paving sealant and the black spot remover, which we're now going to talk about.
Yes. Now this does have a coverage of 25 square meters.
Right.
I can categorically 100% definitely think so. I definitely think so. No, 100%, 25 square meters. But I don't think that really matters. I'm not really a big fan on those things because some people will use more. Some people will put it on the wall. If you're doing it on the wall or fence, start at the top and let it run down, by the way. We will use more. So look, if you get 5 litres, it's going to do the average garden. Right. And you may then even, if you're kind of use it correctly, get another use out of 6 months. And you can
always come back for more.
Always come back for more. Now this here is a very, very serious guy, okay? So this here is incredibly powerful, okay?
It's the Terminator.
It's the Terminator. But don't get scared by me saying that. Don't go, oh my goodness, I can't touch it, I can't do anything. You can use this, use it around your garden. Now what you will do around your patios where the black spots are, and we all know if we have black spots around the place, we know we do. Okay, you don't think, I'm not sure if I have.
Okay, we've got some pictures.
You can see them. Spray this onto it, you leave it for 3 to 4 hours, and then you wash this away, because that's how quickly this works and how powerful this is. There you go, you can see here, getting rid of that black spot remover there. So that's what you would do with this. But this, this is perfectly typical. Can you see the curb on that? Okay, you can see that really horrible black stuff. That's the black, even though it's called black spot, you do get spots of it around, but you can get big infestations of it as well, just like that. And you can see the difference in that from left to right. And that's why we bought it on the left, why we want to get rid of it on the right. But this is a real powerful formulation. It is, as it says here, for the most stubborn.
So what are the, look, again, we're not hiding anything here. It's very strong stuff.
It's powerful.
So what precautions do you take and how do you apply?
Okay, with this one here, you would definitely want to put on some protective goggles and gloves.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do be careful. Use some. Don't go out in your best jeans or your best trousers, because if you do get it on, it may discolor that.
Keep the pets and the kids locked up.
Keep the pets and kids away. Yeah. This is really the the big daddy. It's the extreme stuff. But look, if we need it, we need it. Or mummy. If we need it, we need it. If you've got that black spot around, and if you've got the curves like this, yes. If you have got those issues, you need to get rid of it. This is what you do. This is not one to go willy-nilly just spraying around the place. No. You don't spray this onto the softer materials.
So you spray it very specifically on the area that's needed.
Yes.
Again, this will zap your plants and your flowers if you're not careful as well.
Yep.
So once you've applied it, what do you do then?
Leave it there for about 3 to 4 hours, and then you would wash it away.
So make sure that one you have to wash away.
You would just give it a wash away.
Okay, fine. Perfect. So that is the really that's if you've got the really horrible black spots. That only a few case scenarios are going to need that, but that is your it is your sort of final solution for any stains and things you've got on your paths and patios and things like that. As long as long as you need it. If you don't need it, don't buy it. I personally, if it were me, I would definitely get the Keep It Clear, and I would get the paving sealant. 100%. And I'd also stock up on these 5-litre sprayers. Do check out that we're very, very busy.
Genuine, again, please don't think he's just telling these stories. It's about probably a year ago I went home to Ireland, and I actually brought home some of this stuff for my mum and dad, and because for their little shed outside and things like that. And I did genuinely think Dad had one of the sprayers. He didn't. I asked my brother-in-law David, did he have one? He didn't. I said, I'm going to go and get one. And Woody's DIY over there is like one of the big sheds.
Yes, yeah.
And I went in, and this is so true. I went in to get a 5-litre sprayer. It was €99.
Good grief.
€99.
We found, I think the cheapest ones we found that are of this quality were about 35.
Absolutely, yeah.
$19.99 on its
great
own.
value.
So just get yourself some of those. They're great for watering plants. They are phenomenal.
Don't mix these.
Don't mix them up. If you've got various different chemicals that you use in your garden, label them as well. In fact, Alan showed you take the label off, don't you?
Take this label off. If you fill this up with it, take the label off and stick it on, and then you know exactly
what's in there. I mean, with the Keep It Clear, presumably that you could wash out, rinse and reuse.
Yeah, you could. I mean,
but with the black spot, I'd probably go for a spray.
I would definitely go for a spray. You could potentially do that, but again, I wouldn't be putting plant feed in or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
Now, also on our website, ShopOnTV.co.uk, you will discover something else that's very popular tonight. We haven't even got to it
yet.
Yes, apparently so. We're winning an award.
I don't even want to know.
Bad jokes, apparently.
I don't even want to know.
No, sorry, they're taking us back to the ward. I misheard.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the M Sport Waterless Wash and Wax. It's a 10-piece total car cleaning kit. You get 2 litres of the Waterless Wash and Wax, which will wash, on average, polish, or clean, polish and protect up to 10 average-sized cars. You've also got your... what do you call it? You've got your cockpit shine, you've got your fabric and leather cleaner.
And it is a fabric and leather. The same one does both of them.
Yes,
you've got your rain guard, and you've got your
tyre shine
as well, and 4 cloths.
And 4 cloths, all of that for $24.99.
$24.99. I can promise you this, okay? And folks at home, and I really mean this, that there is a bundle that you should not miss out on. Because number one, the M Sport is absolutely incredible. No hoses, no buckets, no water.
Yep.
You've got no gloves, nothing like that. No welly boots. You spritz this on, you wipe it with one cloth and buff it off with the other. Carnauba wax finish on it. But not only, as Rob just said, the 2 bottles of that will do, the average size car, the 2 of them together will do about 10 clean, polish and protect. But you're getting that rain guard, nanotechnology. You can use that on your windscreen, you can use it on the side windows and back windows.
But you were saying last night that you had a fancy car wash with the wax and everything at the end. It was 25 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that yours was 12.
Mine was 12 quid for the outside.
Kieran, our director, 25 quid. So look, 25 quid per car wash times 10 average cars, that's 250 quid. That's just in the 2 litres of waterless wash and wax. May I just inquire, which clip are we going to be having a look at? Okay, so here is an overview of what it's all about. We're actually going to go to our Warrington studio from on a previous occasion during the daytime when Alan was demonstrating this with Dave Bradford.
Whoosh.
Now, M Sport, tell us about the brand first of all.
Well, M Sport are the rally team, so the world rally team. They've been world champions for many, many years, some amazing drivers over the years. And what they basically needed to do was they needed to have something that they could clean their cars with. The rally cars coming out of the dusty stages and the like, and all the road stages where they needed to clean their cars, but also cars in their showroom, cars that they've just made, cars that they're selling on to other people. They needed to have them in pristine condition. So in conjunction with the manufacturer of this, they got together to make what they feel is the perfect and the best formulation.
Now, I've got to ask you, if there's no water, everyone at home's wondering, surely you're going to scratch your car.
Yeah, that's the first thing people always think. It's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to show you this, okay, because you would think that if I got a cloth now to this here, and we can see this dirt here, and I started to do this, that the grit would, of course, started to lightly scratch and give you fine scratches on your paintwork. In fact, that's sometimes when you go through those automated washing car wash things where you drive into them and the wheels spin or the brushes spin, you can get those really fine scratches. Well, this helps protect against that. So let me just show you, right? So I'm going to spritz this on here. Okay. And once I spritz it on, you will get a covering of this. Now, what's happening here is a couple of things. I'm going to cover all of the door. There are surfactants in here which are breaking down the road traffic film, the tar, things like that, all the organic dirt. But also then here surfactants are getting in and they're getting underneath the bits of grit and they're encapsulating them. So they're putting a protective barrier around them.
Lifting the grit away.
Lifting the grit away. And then when you wipe to clean it then, that's when you have your protection.
So if you're using water, a bucket and a sponge, that's when you're scratching the car, not when you're using this.
Yeah. Now, very important, please, no hard work. Please do not work hard. This is not last night's burnt on dinner. You're not working hard on this. All you're doing is going from side to side or backwards and forwards, up and down, I should say, to clean the car. Do not put weight on the cloth. It is counterproductive, I promise you. All you're doing is this. Now, we can already see the dirt from the car onto the cloth as it is. So remember, no hard working. I know people say, no, if you get it and work really hard on it, it's really good. It's the opposite with this. Now, again, look at this coming up already and how good that's coming up.
All it's done at the moment is cleaned. We haven't polished yet. So one cloth is for the cleaning process.
Yes. Now, it looks okay. It looks cleaner. It looks better than it was.
Yeah.
But we get our second microfiber cloth, and please use the microfiber cloths we give you. And if you need more, check on our website and get some more, because you must use microfibers. This has been made and manufactured and put together to work with the cloths, the microfiber cloths.
Look at
there
that.
Is the door
Look
done.
at the reflection
Look at
in
the
that.
difference.
10 pieces for $24.99. It really is seriously good stuff. Everyone I know that has a car that has had access to this waterless wash and wax uses it. It's going to save you potentially an absolute fortune. So that's just a general use. But what about a really, really tough job? For example, if Alan Ennis, in a moment of absolute sheer madness, decided on his brand new or nearly brand new Jaguar E-Pace, decided to spray paint onto the paintwork, what then? What would happen then?
Why have you got spray paint on the top of your car?
Well, okay, so I do have this. This is what graffiti people use, okay? And I have graffitied my very own car, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at that. Now, Dave, can you just run your fingers over that and confirm that it's dry?
That is bone dry.
Okay, even if I rub over that, it doesn't move.
Nope.
That is dried in, but I want to show you the power of the M Sport. Now, I'm going to put quite a lot on this because clearly this is a big job to do. Now, this really is going to show you the power. Now, I'm going to show you, of course, how to clean everyday dirt from your car as well. Now, as I do this and I start to swirl, now you might think, why would you put spray paint onto your very own car, Alan? Surely you're asking for trouble when you do that. Well, actually, you'd think that you would be, but I'm dealing with a product here from M Sport that is absolutely incredible in its formulation, and it is super protective as well of the paintwork. In fact, it's protective of it and leaves a protective layer as well. That was this spray paint can along my very own car. Now, I wouldn't do that if I wasn't completely and utterly convinced that this is an incredible product. There's the paint that has been broken down.
So, I mean, even things as bad as spray paint, the waterless wash and wax can get, by the way, can get off. The big question is, will it scratch my car? No, because it actually has these surfactants built into it as part of the formulation that encapsulate the dirt and protect. They literally they form a protective layer between the dirt and your paintwork. The only trick is, don't push too hard. Don't scrub really hard, because then you're going to push any dirt right into the paint. Let the surfactants do their job. The other thing it has is petroleum distillates, which literally melt away the dirt, even really stubborn dirt. So maybe it's tree sap, or maybe you've just done a long journey on the motorway and you've got the front of your car is covered in bugs and whatnot. And in actual fact, we're going to go back to the show with from Warrington, from our other studio in Warrington with Alan, and he drove up from London to Warrington that day. It was a 5-hour journey on the motorway, and he had bugs galore. And here's how they fared when it came to their meeting with the waterless wash and wax.
Have a look at the bugs on the front of this. We drove up here yesterday, 5.5 hours to get here, so we've picked up some bugs. So what I'm going to do is spritz that on.
I mean, they are normally a nightmare to get off.
Well, they get really solid on there, don't they? And they become a real issue.
When the sun comes out, it's like they're baked on there.
Baked onto it as well. Now, sometimes you might like to give it a couple of seconds like this, but watch this, look. You can see the bugs where they are here, just being cleaned away and nothing being left behind. Now, I'm going to implore of you, ladies and gentlemen, please do not push hard on this. This is not last night's burnt on dinner that you're trying to get rid of with a scouring cloth. This is your pride and joy at your car. Let the ingredients inside of the M Sport Waterless Wash Wax do the work for you. No hard work. That suits Alan down to the ground. And now you can see the difference on that in just a couple of seconds.
What a difference.
That is brilliant. I love that. It's how I clean my car. Genuinely.
We'll come back to that later, because we also have a timed demonstration. So, but yeah, $24.99, can't recommend it enough. It's really good stuff. I mean, why spend all the money on car washes when this will do, I mean, 20 minutes you can do a big SUV in 20 minutes. And
for those people out there as well who look out for things for their cars, and you would see these ads all over the internet where they're showing you to spray something onto the window, chuck water, and it just falls off.
Yeah.
Well, that is the rain guard.
That's the rain guard.
And it's in
I've seen
that
that's
bundle.
For 20 quid on its own.
Absolutely. It's really specialist stuff. This bundle is an absolute
It's
steal.
a complete car valeting system. For 25 quid. It's like, and not just getting one valet for 25 quid, you'll get dozens, well, you'll get 10 or more, or maybe, well, 8 large, 12 small or medium-sized cars. 10 on average. 262-677. If you have any questions about it, just shoot us an email. We are live till 3 a.m. studio@shopontv.co.uk. Now, we also have the Miracle Chamois coming up, which is another great thing maybe you want for your car. And we are going to, before we get to that, going to remind you of this amazing bundle. So this is the Keep It Clear. Anywhere you have green that is not wanted, like your moss, your mildew, your lichen, your algae, whether it's on your cladding, your roofing, your stonework and masonry, your fencing and decking, PVC and aluminium windows, roofing, gutters, awnings and sunshades, even your caravan roofs, and of course any patios, paths, decking, crazy paving slabs, garden furniture, if it's wooden garden furniture, like a park bench, like a pub bench, any of that kind of stuff.
All of that stuff.
All of the above and a lot more.
Any hard surface at all, you know, fence posts, well, even through concrete.
What do they call it? Where you throw stones at the concrete?
Your neighbour? Oh,
on the side of a wall. Pebble dashing.
Pebble dashing, yes.
Yeah. Or the brickwork on your house.
Where you throw stuff.
Well, you do. I remember doing it. My dad used to pebble dash. He pebble dashed many of our houses, new houses.
Yes, I've pebble dashed toilets.
Are you literally? Well, have you? Say. I see what you mean.
Sorry.
Yeah. In that case, so have I. Anyway, moving on. This is 696-088. This is our most popular bundle. You Keep It Clear, and you get this fabulous. Just ignoring everything that was just said. This fabulous.
It's one of those ones that was meant to stay in my head.
That's a good one. No, I know. Sometimes I do. No, not sometimes. All the time I do that. Yeah. And this would be great for cleaning up that sort of mess, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, this here is concentrated, so you dilute this 4 parts, well, it's between 15 and 30%, okay, is what they recommend, depending on how bad your infestation or your, the moss or molded algae is. Yeah. But I'm going to say to you, 4 parts water, 1 part of the Keep It Clear from JCB. Mix them up into one of your sprays. You can, it shows you on that, put it into a watering can, but you're going to overuse it. You're not going to be able to get it up on vertical things. So seriously, get one of those, have that, have have this bundle, and then you go along and you spray all of the area, you make sure it's nice and wet, all of the algae, everything will be gone. And if you want to see, and this is absolutely 100% the result that I got, this was in my back garden and I sprayed right down the middle, and that there is exactly the result that we got.
After a few days.
After a few days, yeah, you will get this. Let me just swing this around like that here so you can see that straight on. So there's the little line that I did. Now you can clearly see the problem here. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, actually, that's what it looks like out in my back garden. I've got these lovely stepping stones.
And most people will put up with this. They'll just go, well, that's just age.
It's just how it is. Bring it back to this, because not only will it look better, but it will actually brighten up your garden too, because you're getting more reflected sunlight as well. So it's just nice.
Well, also, there's a safety issue. Sometimes pathways, the greenery, the algae and stuff can be slippery.
Yeah, especially if you get really heavy. And we do have a couple of pictures of the kind of steps and stuff like that, like that we sometimes show.
Yeah, we'll see if we can.
And again, they are very, very slippery.
Yeah.
When my fingers on that. But
heavy.
that's the result that you get with this Keep It Clear. And as I say, we always recommend you get one of these as well. So that is a great bundle.
Well, I think that someone who I'm very, very, very fond of.
Me.
Yes. Took this out in our Warrington studio into our what's going to eventually be our illustrious garden, like the Blue Peter garden.
Yes.
It'll be the SOTV garden. But first, actually, before we do that, here are the steps. Now look at the before and after on that.
Tragedy!
And look at the black spots. Now there are some examples of the black spots.
So what you would do in this instance, if you do get yourself to Keep It Clear and you go and you spray all of the areas, and then you do find that you have got those black spots, then use the black spot remover and just spray it on those and around those.
So let's say people use the Keep It Clear and then they go, oh no, I've got black spots, but I didn't buy the black spot remover. It's not, it doesn't matter. You can come back, buy the black spot remover, and then just apply it afterwards, right?
But now do me a favour, please, and this is that. Don't think, well, I've got lots of that green and I've got some of the black spot. Well, I'm just going to buy this one. I'll buy the black spot remover and I'll use that everywhere. No, please don't do that. No, don't do that. Use the Keep It Clear and then have this then to...
That is literally a spot treatment, because it is harsh stuff, and be very careful with it. Yeah. With this, the Keep It Clear, again, I mean, don't go gargling with it or bathing in it, but it's certainly not anywhere near as bad and caustic and so on and so forth.
That's a great point.
So as I was saying before, I was politely interrupted by the graphics that we wanted to see. Here is a man who needs no introduction.
So when it comes to filling up your 5-litre JCB sprayer, it doesn't get much easier, because what they've done actually here is created and given you a funnel to pour into. So let me show you how it's done. Simply twist the handle and take out the inside. That's your pressure sprayer, and of course then it's very easy to fill up. Now in this instance, I'm going to be putting in the JCB Keep It Clear, which needs to be diluted. So in this instance, I put in 4 litres of water, and I'm going to pour in 1 litre of the JCB Keep It Clear. Little top tip from Alan: don't pour like that, it glugs. Turn it on its side and you get a lot less glugging. And then fill it up 1 litre. So I'm using a 20% ratio. Once that's done, simply pop this back in, give it a twist, and once it's in nice and tight, you can then put the pressure in by pumping this around 20, maybe 25 times, but you'll know when it's absolutely filled with air and pressure, and then you go along with your thumb switch and you spray it to your heart's content. And when it comes to using any of the products inside of this JCB pressure sprayer, well, it couldn't be any easier, because number one, you have a shoulder strap, so that's taking all of the weight for you. You can simply place it on the ground, or of course you can carry it with the carry handle. But in this instance, I'm using the JCB Keep It Clear inside here to get rid of moss, algae, and all of those horrible things around your garden, the green stuff that you don't want. So how do we apply this? Well, we simply press the trigger spray and we put it all over the area that's affected, whether it be moss, algae, lichen, or any of those things. And what we want to do is we want to give it a really good wetting, just like I'm showing you here. Now, the reason that we put plenty of the Keep It Clear from JCB down is that we want the area to be saturated. Now, what's happening here is that it is now penetrating through the problem area and going into the pores of the stone or the wood or whatever we put it onto, and it's going into the pores and therefore killing not just what you can see but what you can't see as well. And how quickly can you cover areas? Well, of course, with this sprayer we can adjust the nozzle to get a different spray, and you can see that as I turn it, more of a fan spray. So look, I can cover large areas quite quickly with this. So this is your pavement, it can be your roofs, it can be your caravans, it can be pretty much anything, any hard area outside. Now I want you to notice that if you start losing pressure, all you do is simply pop this off your shoulder and give it a pump like so, and again you will feel that resistance happening, and it's starting to become quite resistant now. Now I'm done. Now remember I said you can use the carry handle? Well, of course if I'm walking I can have it like this as opposed to being on my shoulder, or of course just leave it on the ground. Now one more thing as well to tell you about this is great because JCB have really thought this out. You don't have to keep your thumb on here if you're doing large areas. You can press it down and it will pop back out again. Press it down, push it forwards, and it locks into place. So I don't even have to hold my thumb on all of that. And again, here we go. All that is done. And now I know that within a couple of days, I'm going to see massive, massive differences in that moss. If you're working on a slope, always start at the top and let it roll down. And that's just how easy the 5-litre pressure sprayer is to use from JCB.
God, he's a handsome devil, isn't he? Don't you think? Come into the shot if you want. There we are. Hello. Hi. Tell us more about I don't think you like. I don't care at this point. Oh. We've got an hour and a half to go. Quick, perk up, perk up. No, it's the keep it clear.
Yeah.
It keeps things. What's the word I'm looking for?
Clear.
That's the one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great formulation from JCB.
Clear.
Clear. You came up with it.
Sorry.
Getting rid of all that moss, mold, mildew and algae. We are coming to the summertime. Now here's the problem at the moment because we're getting lots
really?
of... Yeah, well that's the thing. But we are getting warm days. I picked you up last night. It was peeing down with rain. Today, sun was shining.
What if it is about to rain? What do you do? How near the rain, or how much do you have to avoid
4 hours. You want a 4-hour window of clearness, okay?
Yeah.
Spray this 4 hours.
So you just make a call to the weather gods, book in a 4-hour slot.
Exactly, yeah. Call Michael Fish.
If it has... Exactly.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
No, I think he might be.
I remember, I grew up with him.
Yeah.
If it has rained...
There's no storm coming, by the way.
No?
No.
Winter's coming.
Winter's coming. No, because what we have now is we're getting lots of rain, and then we're getting heat. Yeah. Then we're getting more rain, and then we're getting heat. So that's perfect for algae and moss to grow. Yeah. That's their absolute. They love it. They love it. That's where they're.
Their dream.
Yes, it is. So you need stuff like this. And if you've never considered it before, and you think, well, actually, my garden probably looks a bit okay, think about it. I bet it's not. And I bet if you went out there tomorrow and you had a little look. And you said,
I bet you've got paving slabs that have got green. I bet you've got maybe a shed that's got green. Yeah. Or you've got stuff somewhere, whether it's brick, whether it's marble, whether it's wood. Yep. That's got green on.
Any of your
planters,
your planters, statuettes, things like that.
Your little cherubs. Your bird feeders.
Yeah, all of those things.
All of the above.
Make sure that it doesn't go into the bird feeder where you're going to put the water for them to feed, or for them to bath, I should say, or onto the food. But yeah, you can use it on that bird bath. That's the one.
Maybe you have a sundial.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Normally I do. I say, Frankie, call your mum, please. Get my son to dial.
Very good. Yeah.
I know it's happening here all night.
And also, I have to say, the one I really loved, which to me is I think a great thing to do, is for headstones. If you have a family member, or a friend and their headstone is green and as can be, this is the solution, quite literally. It is brilliant. Figuratively.
In fact, some neighbours of mine, when I lived up in Whittlesea, they asked me that very question as well, and I gave them some of it to bring on to a relative's headstone. They loved it.
The other one, I never forget this, my father in our house in Orlando, when he had to, again, the weather over there, because it's tropical, you get torrential rain and extreme heat. So believe me, anything green grows in seconds. You can almost see it growing. So I remember him creosoting the garden fence, which took him about 3 or 4 days. He did it all by hand. But the thing is that if you haven't treated the fence first, then all of the green spore, the sort of roots or spores or seeds or whatever you call them, are all there,
Yes.
and you creosote, and then they all grow through.
They'll come back, and creosote's a terrible thing anyway. So
whatever the equivalent is.
The equivalent is that you get other stuff, but I know what you're saying.
So
Creosote is
treat
terrible.
your fences first before you varnish them.
Yeah, and don't
coat
brush
them.
it off. If you see, you know, the green algae, don't just brush it off.
No, because you're just brushing it all over the place.
Yeah, and you're not getting the spores, you know, that are in the pores.
No.
So use this, leave it for 3, 4, 5 days, and then put your wood treatment onto it.
Yeah.
So whether it be stain or whether it be whatever you're using
varnish
on it,
you
just
could
use that
restore
on
an
it
old
and then it's
bench
fine.
that's all green. You know, when you go to the park, they're all covered in green.
Yeah.
I remember because I used to spend a lot of my time alone in the park when I was a kid, sitting on benches.
Take a seat, Rob. We'll talk about it. Sam, can you get a couch, please?
Yes, please. Not doing any casting tonight, are we? So yeah, treat first, and with this, and then apply whether it's a stain or a varnish. But you could use it to restore your furniture. You really could. It is amazing stuff, and it's so easy to use. Dilute 1 to 4, right? 1 litre.
4 parts water.
4 parts water, 1 part.
1
and
litre
again,
of
if
that,
you with this, it's actually got the measurements on it, so it's easy to do. As you can see.
Up to 4 with water first,
Yeah.
and then up to there. Now the reason we said that, you probably heard me in the VT clip a minute ago, is if you fill this up to 1 litre with the keep it clear, we're all very impatient. We'll turn the tap on to full speed, and it just may get a bit of foam, and the foam may come out over the top. Not that that's an issue, but just put the water in first and then put this in. And like I said, never pour like that, because you get glug, glug, glug. Turn it on its side,
And it's glug free.
and it's glug free. Yeah.
Now, something else that you might definitely want to get your hands on, it's got a year's guarantee. It could last you 5 years if you use it on your dishes, 10 years if you use it every now and then once a week on your car. It is the most absorbent material known to man. It holds 20 times its weight in water. It is the best cloth that money can buy, in our opinion. It is just phenomenal. It's been around for a while, and you know, it's called the Miracle Chamois. Speaking of miracles, as if by magic, TV magic of course, we're going to transport ourselves to another studio, in our studio in Warrington. I'm going to turn into Shaylee, and Alan is going to turn into Dave Wright, and show you the chamois.
G'day.
This is the Miracle Chamois, made in Germany. They are super, super absorbent. Watch this. You just pull it in one direction. I say one direction, I'm snaking it. If I go back, it leaves streaks. We don't want that. Use it on your car. They're fantastic for that. Designed many years ago, made in Germany. Use it on big vehicles too, if you're lucky enough to have them. Caravans, motorhomes, trucks and trailers. Farmers love them on farm equipment. They are super absorbent. Hey, Shaylee.
Yes.
There's one thing I haven't done to it yet. Did you guys notice?
What haven't you done, Dave?
What hasn't he done? He hasn't wrung it out. It's still picking up liquid. Look, it's like a thirsty camel. I've done about 6 passes already, and let's see how much we got, because now it's leaving a trail. Watch this. I mean, if you're using it around the home, no longer really do people use them for washing cars, too often anyway. It's a bit of a dying art, but around the home you'll love it. Maybe you're defrosting your freezer. Maybe you've got a washing machine that floods, a leaky pipe. Me, sometimes I take a shower, but with the curtain on the outside instead of the inside. So you can use it as a bath mat too. Good idea. I mean, sponges work, kind of. We know that. They pick the liquid up and then they drip and dribble and dump it all over the floor on the way back to the sink. Some of it ends up in your trousers, which is embarrassing. Not good. And what about these turkeys? Ever used one? J-cloths? Some people call them handy wipes. Tell me, what's handy about that? All it does is spread the mess around the kitchen. And try and pick up a spill with it.
No way.
What a turkey. Please, take your chamois. This is the most absorbent material known to mankind. Lay it in the mess and just keep your eye on the liquid. Like a liquid vacuum cleaner, it picks it up.
Oh my goodness.
Absorb up to 20 times their own weight in liquid.
That's incredible.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And what I personally love about it is there's no drips. It locks it inside. No drips. Walk across to the sink with it and you're not going to make a mess on the floor. So that's got to be handy, right? We'll give it a twist and it's ready to use again. If you're lazy like me, use the whole length. See how big they are? So you can use it for washing the car. You'll get the job done fast. What about windows? What about shower screens, patio doors? Any true surface like that, you get a wonderful streak-free finish each and every time. NASCAR drivers use them because they don't scratch the paint. They go in the washing machine whenever they're dirty. So that's got to be good, right?
And we're seeing it there in action on the car, and whether it's car, a motorhome, a caravan, absolutely brilliant. And they never go hard like the chamois normally do they?
Good
Which
point.
is brilliant.
Good point there, Hayley. I'm not sure what to call you guys now, Shaylee or
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Whatever you
So-
like. We've been called much worse, as
They
you
don't
know.
dry hard like the old animal
Yeah.
chamois. That's a great point. And I'm not here to slag anyone else's product off. You know, the old animal chamois are good, but they dry hard like a rock and they smell bad eventually. This one, it goes in the washing machine, so it's never going to smell bad. What about on the carpet? Now, this is what hooked me the first time I saw it and made me buy a Miracle Chamois, because accidents happen. We're actually breaking in a little puppy dog at the moment. So you've got a nervous puppy. You know, they run around with a wet tail and they make a little mess everywhere. It's not their fault, but it's very unfortunate. Big dogs too. Maybe you have one of those golden relievers. Yes, the bad jokes are coming out. Sorry. The worst animal, though, and we all know one, is the party animal.
Oh, yes.
Brings back memories of my childhood in New Zealand. Could be Uncle Frank on a Friday with the big bottle of 12-year-old whiskey. Oh dear, and then the fights break out soon afterwards. Anyway, we won't get into that, but I'm going to make this as nasty as I can. This could be anything, by the way. I'm using Diet Coke. Could be tea, coffee, wine, water, whiskey,
Oh,
beer.
my word.
Doesn't really matter what it is. It all starts to smell bad eventually.
Yeah.
Even water. I think we know that. If you leave water on the carpet for long enough, it'll smell bad too. You ever spilt milk on the carpet? Heaven forbid. What a smell. Anyway, what we can't see at home, check this out, is underneath the carpet.
Oh,
My
Those
word.
hardwood floors have seen better days.
And that's your floorboards that's gone onto,
That's
isn't it?
right. What about if you're on the first floor of a building and it leaks through into the
So-
ceiling of the level below and into the downlights, and now it starts becoming a major and very expensive problem. So if that was your last bottle of 12-year-old Scotch, of course, well, what's the first thing you reach for when you spill a drink? The panic sets in. What, another drink? I swear that's what Sean just said to me. Another drink. Never mind.
I
It's a
heard
bit
it in
early
his
for
head.
kitchen towels. Maybe we all use
Always.
these. Whatever you can find, right? Could be a tea towel. We've all done it. The loo roll. Run for that as well. The thing with kitchen towels is you use them once. They get wet. They fall apart.
Yeah.
It's like watching your money get wet right before your eyes, falling apart, and then we screw it up and
They're
throw it
so
in the rubbish.
expensive now.
They are expensive, aren't they? And what do we do next? Go and get some more.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Take your chamois, remove the excess liquid. By the way, I'm not here to tell you you'll never use kitchen towels again, but they are the enemy, really. I mean, you've got to think about the environment. There's a lot of deforestation going on out there, and this is part of it. So take your chamois, just lay it on the mess, a little bit of pressure with your hands. If it's a puppy dog piddle, use your feet. Step on it. Not on the puppy, obviously. That stain's nearly gone. I'm going to do the other side. See the colour change in the cloth. Now remember that drink. If that was Uncle Frank's last bottle of 12-year-old Scotch, no need to waste it this time. This is what we used to do in New Zealand anyway. A couple of fresh ice cubes.
Oh,
And Uncle Frank would never know the difference.
oh, you're awful.
be fine.
Don't try that at home, folks, especially if you have a nervous puppy dog. I'm going to do this one more time because that was a pretty big spill. And what you'll find is underneath, do you remember that big lake, that disaster beneath the carpet?
Yep.
That's going to be gone. And I
No
firmly
way.
believe the floors should be pretty much bone dry underneath.
Oh, my word.
Isn't
That is
that amazing?
amazing.
It's actually drier here than it is anywhere else. It is. So, yeah, you use it just once, right, for a big spill like that. And as you know, it's paid for itself several times
Absolutely.
over. But you'll use it every day. And I know people say that. Lots of salesmen say it, don't they? You'll use it every day. But think about this. How often do you reach for a cloth? In a day, at least once.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're not house proud at all, you will use a cloth every day. So it's very, very handy to have around. And please remember, you can cut them into any size you like. Fantastic. They're always clean to clean with. You throw them in the washing machine whenever they're dirty. Don't use fabric softener with them though. And if you're wondering what do we get for our money, look how big they are. You get 2 of these big jumbo ones. This is our regular deal. 2 big jumbo sheets, exactly the same as the one I use. and a blue one for windows. This is a $4.99 value. You get all that for $20 usually. I'm not sure of the item number. It might be on screen right now. Don't use that item number, because for this particular show, for no extra cost, what we do is double the value. So now you've got 4 of the big jumbos and 2 blue ones.
Brilliant.
For £20.
Honestly, brilliant.
Terrific value. This is where I think the folks at head office have been on the gin and juice when they make these specials up, because this is an incredible value. And if you're thinking, do I really need that many? Well, think of it this way. You've got one for the car, leave it in the car. Here's one for the house, cut it into quarters for dishcloths.
Yep.
The third one you could put under the sink for when disaster strikes, or if you have a dog, if you have pets, an absolute must. The fourth one, you could have this as a spare if they're all in the washing machine, or use it for jumpers.
Jumpers.
Jumpers?
What are we going to do with our jumpers?
Jumpers?
What are you
Got
on
any
about?
woolly jumpers, cashmere sweaters, angora, the kind of garments that you can't put in the tumble dryer? Take your wet jumper, roll it up in one of our shanties.
No way.
And in as little as 20 minutes, your jumpers are bone dry and ready to wear again.
How brilliant.
Great.
It's brilliant.
They are very good.
They are. I've had them for years. They are. I've got the same Miracle chamois now that I had 4 years ago. They are
very good.
They are very, very good.
Yep.
Good. This is good too. This is it's not good.
It's great.
It's great. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's superb. Or as all of the when Shopping TV presenters first start, everything is beautiful.
Right.
No, it's amazing when you watch them.
Yeah.
They
And then they
can't-
become
don't-
amazing.
Yeah, then they become amazing. That's right, yeah. And they graduate and they finally get a thesaurus. By the way, why is there only one word for thesaurus?
It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to expand my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I bought a thesaurus. It turned out it was the worst one in the world. Not only was it terrible, but it was terrible.
Yeah. Why is abbreviation such a long word?
Yeah.
Why is monosyllabic got more than one syllable? Why is dyslexia so hard to spell?
Yeah, yeah.
I had a friend once who was
Look at you.
he was once, yeah. He was dyslexic, agnostic, insomniac. He used to lie awake all night wondering if there really was a dog. Yeah. You're watching Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with an E. This is Alan Ennis with us. And,
No. This is Rob Locke with me. This is Alan Ennis with a raving lunatic.
I read on a forum today, why do I think I'm so funny? And I'm like, I don't. Other people do, and it always amazes me as to why. I just say whatever comes into my head,
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
Potato, see?
You
Now,
said
most
potato.
people wouldn't say that out loud, but for some reason I just
Just
thought...
came into your head.
Just came into my head, yeah. I've often got potatoes in my head.
Yeah, it's those people who have these opinions, make these things up in their head. Why does he think he's so funny? Well, he doesn't. He's just Rob, and he's a funny guy to other people, you know. But other people assume how you feel.
It's amazing how also actually there is a wonderful service being done by many message forums around the world, reminding me, in case I forget, that I'm fat. Because I'd never look in the mirror. I'd never go to put my clothes on.
No.
I never do anything that ever, for a brief moment, gave me pause to think, or cause to think, that I was overweight. But apparently I am.
I wonder how many of those people changed their profile picture to be kind. Anyway, let's.
I'm going to start a forum.
Let's not
I'm
get
going to
into
start
this.
a forum called Say It to My Face, and we're going to live stream. And I'll come on, and anyone who wants to say this stuff directly to me, as long as they show themselves on camera, because I'd love to see what some of these people look like. So anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, be nice, folks. Be nice.
If you can't be nice, don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a recap on this. So if you have literally just joined and you're wondering, well, what
wait.
have we got tonight on this?
There you go.
A recap. God, blimey. See? I get dangerous.
That was pretty funny, wasn't it?
Well, you see, he does think he's funny. You're
I
right.
don't. I
You're
don't.
right.
I don't. I know I'm
kidding.
funny.
I'm kidding.
I've studied comedy for minutes.
So I walked by a book once about what's the most important thing about comedy? Timing. Anyway, we didn't rehearse that.
That was good.
I don't look like
we
we
don't
did.
need to.
We don't need
because
to.
we understand comedy flows
No,
through
'cause
us.
we're funny.
We found it. We are funny. Not in the way that everybody would hope, but
Right, I'm going to do a little recap for you.
Gemma
okay?
bought a book about fascination once.
Did she?
Oh, procrastination.
All right.
She never finished it.
She never.
I always felt that procrastination was something I would do tomorrow. Tell us, anyone got any joke? Come on, blimey. Listen, it's a bit of a weird time at the moment, isn't it? With all the football and the elections and everything else. To me, that's, I don't know, is a recipe for a funny time. Could you email us your best jokes? studio@shopontv.co.uk. Come on. Let me try and do that web address properly. studio@shopontv.co.uk. And, yeah, come on. Let's get this party started, folks. You're seeing Shania, aren't you, tomorrow?
I am, if I'm awake. If my wife is going to be awake and up tomorrow because she went to see the match, and well, we'll say no more. I will just say that there is
Did she have a drink or five?
yes, there is a Just Eat or something delivery on the doorstep still that she didn't wake up to.
Oh.
So
Be careful you don't step in it on the way home.
No, don't worry about it. It won't be stepping. It will
Kebab
will be eaten.
It will be eaten.
Yeah.
I miss the days of coming out of a club at 3 in the morning. There was an amazing super club in Croydon that I used to go to back in the day called Atlantis or Blue Orchid.
Oh, I knew a man from there.
Did you?
Yeah.
From Atlantis?
Yeah.
Right.
I knew a man from Atlantis.
Yeah. Did you meet him on the web?
Yeah.
The web? No,
Yeah.
I have to think that one through. But no, and they used to have a greasy burger truck right outside, and you could just go buy a big old burger dripping and oozing in ketchup and condiments. That was great.
It was lovely.
Yeah. That's why I'm fat, by the way. For anyone watching who's wondering why am I fat, it's because this hole is bigger than the one in my bottom.
I put on weight because I have an overactive. You're supposed to lead me into that one.
Oh, what? What overactive what?
Thyroid.
Oh.
So I have an overactive.
Imagination?
No. I put on some weight because I have an overactive.
Thyroid?
No, knife and fork.
Oh, I see. Thyroid was nowhere. It wasn't even in my mental hopper.
That's because we didn't do the
We
rehearsals.
should have rehearsed that one.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I went on a diet. 2 actually.
Yeah.
Because you don't get enough food on one.
No. Right. I want to do, for the lovely folks at home, I want to do a quick recap on this.
Oh, please. I'm not...
So,
That's
just so
right.
you know what's there, because we do have to do some serious stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, what I want you to think about for a moment, right, is a joke and email it in to studio.
That ShopOnTV.co.uk. Make it a good one.
Make it a good
It's
one.
got to be relatively clean.
So, when you think about outside of your house, front, back, sides, okay, the...
Backsides?
Yeah, back sides.
Use it on backsides?
No, don't. No, let me do this, okay? 'Cause
sorry.
I'm in the concentration mode, right?
I'll just go over here and reset.
Garden gate.
Push the button. Push the button. Oh,
metal.
Hello and welcome to Shop On... Oh, sorry, go on.
Metal, plastics,
Yeah.
concrete,
They're all
wooden,
things.
all those things, any hard surface outside that has become discoloured over time.
Yeah.
So algae growing on it, moss growing on it. This is what you want, okay? You will get a full one. This is one I've been using in my own house because I do treat the areas of my house every 6 months. That's what you do with this, okay? So you would dilute this 4 parts water to 1 part of this here, which of course is to keep it clear from JCB. Now, when you think of JCB, you think of strength and you think of power. Now, that picture that we just had up there tells you just some of the areas you can put it onto.
Can we bring it back?
Let's bring it back.
Come back. Return. Return what you have stolen from me.
So, cladding on your house, the roofing, the stonework masonry, fancy decking, as you said, PVC aluminium windows, patios, paths, gutters, canvas awning and shades, sunshades, roofing, literally any hard surface
What about on a
whatsoever.
boat? The algae on a boat?
100%.
Really?
If you have a boat, in fact...
Or a wave runner? Or a...
Something like that, it's to do, or whatever it's called. Neil Tunnicliffe, a great friend of mine, Neil has a boat in his driveway and it was covered in green.
Right.
And we use this and it
You
cleared
should tell
up
him it's supposed to be in water.
Yes, very true. He won it on Bullseye back in the day.
Did he really?
No, but that was funny. I tell you what.
In one.
How the thing, I watch Bullseye, I love watching it, right?
Yeah.
The things that Jim Bowen said to people.
I know.
I'm like, what?
Well, they got away with it in those days. This is you see, the problem is I left in 2002 and then spent 15 years in America. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then when I came back, the TV humour had changed
Completely. Yeah.
And so the sort of the not the one-liners, the innuendos and all that, the sort of bawdy British humour had all gone away.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm offending people. I'm like, oh blimey.
I hope because I'm repeating what he said to a lady. She said, "You've recently done a sponsored Slim," and she said, "Yes." And he said, "How much do you owe them?" I was like, did you just say that?
Oh,
but of course, it was back in the late 80s, early 90s.
We've got a joke.
Different.
We should have a little bell we could ring. This is from Siobhan.
I can't hear anyone.
Hi, can't you? Siobhan says, "Did you hear about the flea that went to the moon? Absolute lunatic." I really like that.
Lunatic.
That's a good. That's a cracker. So here, tell them. You know why comedians were so funny in the 80s and 90s? All the green rooms at TV channels, they had a fully stocked bar.
Oh yes.
In the green rooms.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was half cut when they were on TV.
Some of them fully.
So, yes, quite so. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Siobhan, for that. More. How do you like it? How do you like it? I like it like that.
Thank you.
So please, I like it like that. More. Please send more jokes. Save us.
I'm going to tell you about this now. I promise you.
Yes. Go
So
ahead.
mold, mildew, algae, all of those things, and all the hard surface. Now I'm going to show you what it actually does. Okay. Some people are home going, "Oh, come on, now let me hear more of Rob," but I have to do
No,
this.
they're
Okay.
not saying that.
That there is a paving slab that I found down the side of my house that I've just moved into. And you can see how bad it was. And you can clearly see the stripe down the middle. And that is genuinely the result that you get by using the Keep It Clear from JCB. That is absolutely 100% the result that you get. That is just incredible.
Yeah.
And
all you do, you spray it on, you dilute it, you spray it on,
and then you walk away.
you walk away.
It's
3
as
or 4
simple
days
as that.
later.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Absolutely. Now,
Bob's
when you
your
get
uncle.
this here, because what this little bundle here is 5 litres of this, which now makes 25 litres, 4 parts water, 1 part of the Keep It Clear, and you get your high pressure sprayer just here, which by the way has the top part here, which acts as a funnel.
And
so
each
it's easy to
dilute, I
pour
want
it
to
in.
work this out. I know you're going to hate me for this, but
No,
each
please do.
diluted 5 litres
Yeah.
per this does what coverage area?
Each diluted 5 litres does between 12.5 square metres and 25 square metres. So you've got 5 times that. So if we use the 2.5 square metres, because you're putting lots of it on, 5 times that is 12.5.
Each diluted litres, it does 12.5 to 25 square metres?
No, 2.5.
Read it from the thing. Read it from. Humour me.
Right.
You want to see 2 middle-aged men trying to do maths on television? This is going to be hilarious. So go on, read the thing. We're going to figure this. We're going to figure this thing out.
Right. Dilute 1 litre of product to 4 litres of water.
Yes, done. So that gives you 5 litres in total.
Right. Apply the rate of, but we will skip that. 1 litre per 2.5 to 5 metres square. So 1 litre to 2.5, we'll call it 2.5. So
Yeah.
5 times that is 12.5.
Right.
5 times 12.5 is 62.5. So that's why I said 50 square metres.
I see. You rounded down. So, okay.
I rounded
Understood. Understood. Good. Thank you.
It's the pressure under that. I haven't been under
Under
pressure like that
pressure.
since I was in school. Anyway, so all of the hard surface that you have, so even down to things like this, I love to show you this actually, because if you can see this just here, you will see clearly that line right down there where I sprayed this side, didn't that side. This came from Uncle John's back garden, and you can see that difference there and exactly what it does. See, turn it around a bit more. So you can
It
see the
could
difference it made.
reinvigorate your ceramics.
Yeah, it could. And it's everything. It's all types of concrete. It's all types of metal. It's all types of wood.
I don't know, I have this enduring memory of green fences in my head. I used to, again, being a bit of a loner as a child, and I used to wander the alleyways around around Queensberry. And
Down the Ginnell. Down the Ginnell.
Down the Ginnell. Is that what it's called?
Or the little small alleyways at the back of the house. called a Ginnell.
That's right. I didn't know that. They're all locked off now, I discovered.
Are they?
Yeah, well, certainly in Queensberry. But I just remember fencing all around, all green. And this will take the green and make it a thing of the past.
And make it a thing of the past.
It'll make the green completely unseen.
Oh.
We've got another joke. Here we go. This is from...
I can't hear anybody in my ears. Everybody's turning
From
me off.
Gerald. They've turned you off, that's
They
why.
have.
Gerald. A boy asked his dad, "Dad, can you tell me what an eclipse is?" And his dad said, "No, son." Love it.
No, son.
Love it. Oh, that's so good. That's a
Took
thinker,
me
that one.
a little second.
Have we got an imaginary person over here?
I have no idea what's happening.
I'm over the critic. I thought we were going to go and get the screen. Oh, I like that thing we did earlier with the screen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the black spot cleaner as well, shall we?
Yes.
Does it work on all pirate ships or just the black spot? Again, don't think I'm funny, please.
Do they have
laugh.
a VT lined up? I have to sit down.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. This is how you use it.
I'm going to have some hydrogen
Yeah.
water.
In fact, should we move on to M Sport?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because M Sport is the waterless wash and wax system. We'll give you an overview, and we'll just
Hydrogen water.
dihydrogen monoxide.
That as well.
Yeah. Here is on the web, at our website, the M Sport waterless wash and wax. There it is. So you get all of that. You get a litre of the waterless wash and wax, which will do an average 2 litres, sorry, a litre and another litre, which will give you about 10 washes.
A litre Adams.
A litre Adams. Yeah.
Get here if you can.
Yeah.
I don't care, I get here.
Just get here
If
if you
you
can.
You can reach me by trailway.
Oh,
I love that song.
I don't
Actually.
know say. I'm being serenaded. You get all that stuff, and this is what it does. All right.
Now, M Sport, tell us about the brand first of all.
Well, M Sport are the rally team, so the world rally team. They've been world champions for many, many years, some amazing drivers over the years. And what they basically needed to do was they needed to have something that they could clean their cars with. The rally cars coming out of the dusty stages and the like, and all the road stages where they needed to clean their cars, but also cars in their showroom, cars that they've just made, cars that they're selling on to other people. They needed to have them in pristine condition. So in conjunction with the manufacturer of this, they got together to make what they feel is the perfect and the best formulation.
Now, I've got to ask you, if there's no water, everyone at home's wondering, surely you're going to scratch your car.
Yeah, that's the first thing people always think. It's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to show you this, okay, because you would think that if I got a cloth now to this here, and we can see this dirt here, and I started to do this, that the grit would, of course, started to lightly scratch and give you fine scratches on your paintwork. In fact, that's sometimes when you go through those automated washing car wash things where you drive into them and the wheels spin or the brushes spin, you can get those really fine scratches. Well, this helps protect against that. So let me just show you, right? So I'm going to spritz this on here. Okay. And once I spritz it on, you will get a covering of this. Now, what's happening here is a couple of things. I'm going to cover all of the door. There are surfactants in here which are breaking down the road traffic film, the tar, things like that, all the organic dirt. But also then here surfactants are getting in and they're getting underneath the bits of grit and they're encapsulating them. So they're putting a protective barrier around them.
Lifting the grit away.
Lifting the grit away. And then when you wipe to clean it then, that's when you have your protection.
If you're using water, a bucket and a sponge, that's when you're scratching the car, not when you're using this.
Yeah. Now, very important, please, no hard work. Please do not work hard. This is not last night's burnt on dinner. You're not working hard on this. All you're doing is going from side to side or backwards and forwards, up and down, I should say, to clean the car. Do not put weight on the cloth. It is counterproductive, I promise you. All you're doing is this. Now, we can already see the dirt from the car onto the cloth as it is. So remember, no hard working. I know people say, no, if you get it and work really hard on it, it's really good. It's the opposite with this. Now, again, look at this coming up already and how good that's coming up.
All it's done at the moment is cleaned. We haven't polished yet. So one cloth is for the cleaning process.
Yes. Now, it looks okay. It looks cleaner. It looks better than it was.
Yeah.
But we get our second microfiber cloth, and please use the microfiber cloths we give you. And if you need more, check on our website and get some more, because you must use microfibers. This has been made and manufactured and put together to work with the cloths, the microfiber cloths.
Look at
there
that.
is the door done.
At the reflection
Look at
in
the
that.
difference.
Now, I'd like to say that while that video was playing, Alan and I were discussing the ins and outs of what to do next. We were planning with our producer and our director how to present the rest of the show. I
was sat over there.
I would love to say that, but I can't because it's not true. We were actually being read the jokes that we've received that we can't repeat on the air. And thank you, because there are some really good ones, so thank you for sending those in. But one of them I'm going to doctor slightly, because I thought it was hilarious. So, who was that from, Gemma? Siobhan. Siobhan's getting a bit daring. She said, my partner told me she thought that making love was much better on holiday. That wasn't a nice postcard to receive. I love it, absolutely love it. Keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. And if we can't read them on the air, we'll definitely get to hear them, so we do appreciate it. We had a couple of others about a famous physicist.
Yeah.
Excellent, that one was. Very good. Can't repeat it on television, though, sorry. What we can repeat on television, what are we doing now? Are we going back to the JCB?
By the way, never ever believe anything an atom says.
Why?
They make up everything.
This is the JCB Patio Cleaner Black Spot Remover, 5 litres.
But it's that one.
And Paving Sealant Proofer, 5 litres, with 2 times long hose trigger. Usual price, $43.98. Our price, $35.99. $6.95 UK. P&P. So I think those two together do make a very, very good pairing, don't they?
Yes. Now, and I tell you why these two particularly make a good pairing is because when you use the patio cleaner to get rid of the black spots, now this is a heavy duty cleaner, okay?
Yes,
so be careful and mindful. So when you get rid of it, what you do is you use it, and then a few hours later, read the back of it will tell you you washed it away, okay? Yeah. And then, of course, what you're doing is that you've washed it away, so you need now to seal that so then those black spots don't come back.
Yeah.
Then you would use that sealant. Perfect time to use that. So both of those together is great. Now what I'm going to say to you is, if you think about the issue you have with the black spots, you might have big areas of it. You might have curbing stones like these here that are completely covered in them. But the thing about it is that once you have that, once you use it and you get rid of it, then you seal it, and that peace of mind and that better looking patio or that better looking curb, for $35.99 is a very small price to pay for that, because what you're getting from it, and you're having a much nicer garden.
I will never forget this. So my good chum, my best friend from school, his parents had this lovely house in Pinner, which he has now inherited. And I remember when we were at school together, they had like a sort of crazy paving type old pathway in the front garden. They had it all torn out, and they had this very, very expensive, where they lay the bricks down on the side in these 2 different colour types of bricks. Beautiful pathway leading out to a sprawling sort of area to park the cars and all that. And I remember when it was brand new and it was gleaming and it was absolutely beautiful. And when I came back a few months later, it was dull, and also it had moss growing through between the cracks, and I remember them talking about how expensive it would be to get all of that cleaned and repaired, and it sort of became a bit of a bane for them, from what I understand. This is the answer. This is the easy peasy. This is the lazy person's, because I am honest. I'm always straightforward about telling people that I am a lazy so-and-so. If there's with certain things anyway. If there's an easy way to do it, I will always try to do it. When it comes to editing or my work, I'm as focused as anybody. But I like, when it comes to things that are chores, I like them to be done quickly, easily, and as painlessly as possible, and preferably by somebody else. So I'd do this if I had a garden. I don't mind going out in the garden once every 6 months and giving it a bit of a spray. I can do that. I don't even consider that a chore necessarily.
No, it's not, and it is easy to do. You don't even have to dilute this, because it's such a great, it has to be such a precise mixture, this one, that we don't ask you to do any dilution on it, because you may get the dilution wrong. It has to be perfect, and that's why this is ready to use.
On the Keep It Clear, which we've gone back to with the sprayer, you get the 5 litre sprayer. That's normally $19.99 on its own. The Keep It Clear, that's normally $21.99 on its own. We put them both together in a bundle for you for $29.99. If you don't buy anything else, but you want to get rid of the green, the moss, the algae, all of that kind of stuff, this is the one to go for.
95% of the jobs you're going to have to do in your garden, that is going to be perfect for it. Don't think I'm going to go for this one here. It's like, it's like putting out a bear trap to try and catch a mouse, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Use this one, and then
use it every 6 months. Use it now when you get it. Use it 6 months later. Yes, some of the green might start coming back, but you're going to treat it again anyway. If you don't want the green to come back at all, use the paving sealant. But if you can't be faffed to do it twice, do it once. Bada bing, bada bum, Bish bash bosh, job's a good one.
Now, I will say this as well to you, that if you do get the black spot remover and you get let's say you get this bundle and then you say, well,
Yeah.
I do want to have some of the black spot remover,
Yeah.
the patio cleaner, because I want to be able to do those little areas because I know I have some of those. Well, I would say just keep it to one of these, and then you would then, because they do pretty much the same job, but here's the little caveat to it, use this first, and then when you then come along and it's empty and you use your patio cleaner, and then you want to go back in a few months to use the Keep It Clear, make sure you rinse it really well after
Yes, yeah.
and between applications. But they pretty much do the same type of a job, if you understand.
Yeah.
But this one is...
Yeah, you don't use
the
this for
stronger
everything.
one.
This would be like using I don't know, a nuclear bomb to kill a weed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
napalm on a daisy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what this is for. You don't necessarily have to wear protective gear with this, do you? Just be a
No,
little
look, it's
careful
always
with it.
safer to wear, you know, protective gloves and eye wear as well, because you never know, folks, because you might be just allergic to it. It might dry your skin
Yeah,
out a little
yeah.
bit, but it's always better
Yeah.
just to do that.
But it's
Rob,
not
so.
caustic or acidic or any of it.
There's no bleaches, there's no acids in this one whatsoever.
This one, however, this is this is powerful stuff, so be careful with that. And this one you don't need to wash away. This one you do. In fact, let's go and let's show you exactly how you apply. Well, first of all, how you fill this, and then how you apply the Keep It Clear.
Yeah.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. So let's show you how exactly you fill that bottle and you apply the Keep It Clear. So when it comes to filling up your 5-litre JCB sprayer, it doesn't get much easier, because what they've done actually here is created and given you a funnel to pour into. So let me show you how it's done. Simply twist the handle and take out the inside. That's your pressure sprayer, and of course then it's very easy to fill up. Now in this instance, I'm going to be putting in the JCB Keep It Clear, which needs to be diluted. So in this instance, I put in 4 litres of water, and I'm going to pour in 1 litre of the JCB Keep It Clear. Little top tip from Alan: don't pour like that, it glugs. Turn it on its side and you get a lot less glugging. And then fill it up 1 litre. So I'm using a 20% ratio. Once that's done, simply pop this back in, give it a twist, and once it's in nice and tight, you can then put the pressure in by pumping this around 20, maybe 25 times, but you'll know when it's absolutely filled with air and pressure, and then you go along with your thumb switch and you spray it to your heart's content. And when it comes to using any of the products inside of this JCB pressure sprayer, well, it couldn't be any easier, because number one, you have a shoulder strap, so that's taking all of the weight for you. You can simply place it on the ground, or of course you can carry it with the carry handle. But in this instance, I'm using the JCB Keep It Clear inside here to get rid of moss, algae, and all of those horrible things around your garden, the green stuff that you don't want. So how do we apply this? Well, we simply press the trigger spray and we put it all over the area that's affected, whether it be moss, algae, lichen, or any of those things. And what we want to do is we want to give it a wet, a really good wetting, just like I'm showing you here. Now, the reason that we put plenty of the Keep It Clear from JCB down is that we want the area to be saturated. Now what's happening here is that it is now penetrating through the problem area and going into the pores of the stone or the wood or whatever we put it onto, and it's going into the pores and therefore killing not just what you can see but what you can't see as well. And how quickly can you cover areas? Well, of course, with this sprayer we can adjust the nozzle to get a different spray, and you can see that as I turn it, more of a fan spray. So look, I can cover large areas quite quickly with this. So this is your pavement, it can be your roofs, it can be your caravans, it can be pretty much anything, any hard area outside. Now I want you to notice that if you start losing pressure, all you do is simply pop this off your shoulder and give it a pump like so, and again you will feel that resistance happening, and it's starting to become quite resistant now. Now I'm done. Now remember I said you can use the carry handle? Well, of course, if I'm walking I can have it like this as opposed to being on my shoulder, or of course just leave it on the ground. Now one more thing as well to tell you about this is great because JCB have really thought this out. You don't have to keep your thumb on here if you're doing large areas. You can press it down and it will pop back out again. Press it down, push it forwards, and it locks into place. So I don't even have to hold my thumb on all of that. And again, here we go. all that is done. And now I know that within a couple of days, I'm going to see massive, massive differences in that moss. If you're working on a slope, always start at the top and let it roll down. And that's just how easy the 5-litre pressure sprayer is to use from JCB.
And the award for Presenter of the Year goes to nobody, because there's no such thing. Right, okay, so that is the JCB. That's how you use your sprayer. That's how you apply the Keep It Clear. We're going to go back to the M Sport Waterless Wash and Wax, which is really, we're so busy on this at the moment. We're also really, really busy on the Miracle Chamois. So we're going to kind of keep rotating through all of these different items for you tonight. Make sure you check out your baskets, stock up on all of these, you know, to make sure, A, that you've got them and you've got enough of them. And also feel free to email us, studio@shopontv.co.uk. And actually, we have an email from someone who's calling themselves Arrow. Well, that was to the point, I suppose. Are oranges called oranges because oranges are orange? Or is orange called orange because oranges are orange? Now, I'm an avid viewer of QI, and the word orange, I believe the colour is named after the fruit. I believe so. But I'll have to look it up. I also seem to recall at one point there was no, I believe there also was no word for orange at one point, but I don't have Wikipedia in front of me, unfortunately. Thank you, Arrow. I appreciate that. That was a real thinker. That was a head scratcher, that was. One more joke though. Here's a joke. This is from Chris. My pet mouse Elvis went missing recently, but he's now been found. He was caught in a trap. How was that? How would that go, Alan, if you sounded like Elvis?
Well, I'll come back in.
Elvis is an Alan impersonator, or the other way around, one of the two. No, for real. Now, you can't do more than 6 bars. Give us a little.
Do you want me to show a picture of me doing Elvis?
Please.
I'll show you a picture.
I didn't know you did Elvis.
Yeah, I do. No, I'll put it to the camera, don't worry.
I did know you.
Of course I will.
So you could do like 6 bars of each song. This is, just don't swipe left on that one.
It's okay, it's just a picture of me and Elvis's bodyguard and tour manager, Sam Thompson.
He knows everyone, this guy. Found out yesterday he's a friend with the Osmonds. That's you?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's good. That suit was handmade.
Was it really? Mm-hmm. Whose hands?
It's good, isn't it?
Give us a little blast then.
No.
Why?
No.
Because you're a professional and you're not getting paid.
We're caught in a trap.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Give us another line from something else.
One of my songs that I'll dedicate to you is, no, actually we'll dedicate this to Gemma.
Okay, to Gemma, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
She is crying all the time.
Yeah, she is, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know it's a you're so young.
Thank you.
And beautiful.
That's just an observation, not a song, really.
And I love you so.
Thank you. Well, you know what that is? That is something that wise men say.
That's very true, yeah. Yeah.
Here's M Sport, waterless wash and wax.
Thank you very much.
Now, M Sport, tell us about the brand first of all.
Well, M Sport are the rally team, so the world rally team. They've been world champions for many, many years, some amazing drivers over the years. And what they basically needed to do was they needed to have something that they could clean their cars with, the rally cars coming out of the dusty stages and the like, and all the road stages where they needed to clean their cars, but also cars in their showroom, cars that they've just made, cars that they're selling on to other people. They needed to have them in pristine condition. So in conjunction with the manufacturer of this, they got together to make what they feel is the perfect and the best formulation.
Now, I've got to ask you, if there's no water, everyone at home's wondering, surely you're going to scratch your car.
Yeah, that's the first thing people always think. It's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to show you this, okay, because you would think that if I got a cloth now to this here, and we can see this dirt here, and I started to do this, that the grit would, of course, started to lightly scratch and give you fine scratches on your paintwork. In fact, that's sometimes when you go through those automated washing car wash things where you drive into them and the wheels spin, or the brushes spin, you can get those really fine scratches. Well, this helps protect against that. So let me just show you, right? So I'm going to spritz this on here.
Okay.
And once I spritz it on, you will get a covering of this. Now what's happening here is a couple of things. I'm going to cover all of the door. Is there are surfactants in here which are breaking down the road traffic film, the tar, things like that, all the organic dirt. But also then here surfactants are getting in and they're getting underneath the bits of grit and they're encapsulating them. So they're putting a protective barrier around
So it's
them.
lifting the grit away.
Lifting the grit away. And then when you wipe to clean it then, that's when you have your
So
protection.
if you're using a water, a bucket and a sponge, that's when you're scratching the car, not when you're using this.
Yeah. Now, very important, please, no hard work. Please do not work hard. This is not last night's burnt on dinner. You're not working hard on this. All you're doing is going from side to side or backwards and forwards, up and down, I should say, to clean the car. Do not put weight on the cloth. It is counterproductive, I promise you. All you're doing is this. Now we can already see the dirt from the car onto the cloth as it is. So remember, no hard working. I know people say, no, if you get it and work really hard on it, it's really good. It's the opposite with this. Now again, look at this coming up already and how good that's coming up.
All it's done at the moment is cleaned. We haven't
Yes.
polished yet. So one cloth is for the cleaning process.
Yes, now it looks okay, it looks cleaner, it looks better than it was.
Yep.
But we get our second microfiber cloth, and please use the microfiber cloths we give you. And if you need more, check on our website and get some more, because you must use microfibers. This has been made and manufactured and put together to work with the cloths, the microfiber cloths.
Look
And
at
there
that.
is the door
Look
done.
at the reflection
Look at
in
the
that.
difference.
Why have you got spray paint on the top of your car?
Well, okay, so I do have this. This is what graffiti people use, okay? And I have graffitied my very own car, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at that. Now, Dave, can you just run your fingers over that and confirm that it's dry?
That is bone dry.
Okay,
Yep.
even if I rub over that, it doesn't move.
Nope.
That is dried in, but I want to show you the power of the M Sport. Now, I'm going to put quite a lot on this because clearly this is a big job to do. Now, this really is going to show you the power. Now, I'm going to show you, of course, how to clean everyday dirt from your car as well. Now, as I do this and I start to swirl, now you might think, why would you put spray paint onto your very own car, Alan? Surely you're asking for trouble when you do that. Well, actually, you'd think that you would be, but I'm dealing with a product here from M Sport that is absolutely incredible in its formulation, and
Look at
it is
this.
super protective as well of the paintwork. In fact, it's protective of it and leaves a protective layer as well. That was this spray paint can along my very own car. Now, I wouldn't do that if I wasn't completely and utterly convinced that this is an incredible product. There's the paint that has been broken down. Now, if your car is thick with mud, of course you're going to rinse it down.
Yep.
But this is how our cars get, and this is very typical. Now, if we look at the dirt here, and you can see actually again, this here is literally showing could be bird poo dried in, but you can see that dirt. And as I swirl it around, I'm doing that lightly because I don't want to scratch my car, you can see. But watch this here. When I just spritz this on, like so, and onto the plastic, because it's for every single part of the car, we first get our first microfiber cloth. This here is dried in, and all I do is go backwards, forwards, and go around in a little circular motion if you need to, and then just do that here. And that, believe it or not, look at this dried in here. It's been worked out with the surfactants and the petroleum distillates. And again, underneath here, I'm doing that. Now that's the hard part done. Then I get my second microfiber cloth and do what we call the buffing. And when we move this backwards and forwards, now what we're doing is activating that wonderful, wonderful carnauba wax and leaving us with this brilliant shine.
You
Look
can
at what
see
it
Rich,
looked
our
like.
cameraman, in the reflection. There we go.
Hey, look at what it looked like and look what it's like now. So I'm going to ask roughly, if I do this door, this panel here, the wheel, and this back panel here, that's probably 20% of the car, would you say?
I reckon,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's just have a little look. Just have a little look at your watch, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it really quickly as I would the normal speed, and let's see how long it takes me to do.
And do you have to have certain weather conditions for it to be good?
No, if it's been raining and the car is wet, absolutely fine, no problem at all. You always do it panel by panel. So look, I'm just doing this one panel, and now I'm going to get to work on it.
You don't
That's
have to wear
the
gloves
spritzing
or
now.
anything?
No, absolutely not. Some people might find a little bit of sensitivity. If they have sensitive skin, just err on the side of caution. But no, absolutely not. There's nothing nasty in this whatsoever.
Look at this. This is the cleaning part of it. So one cloth does the cleaning, the other cloth you use for the buffing, and you're going to get 4 in the collection today, in the kit today. And do remember, you can obviously machine wash the cloths, just don't use fabric softener. That's the only thing, because that will stop the absorbency of the cloths.
Yeah, what it does is, because in these cloths there can be millions and millions of microfibers.
Yeah.
So what you don't want to do is clump them together, and that's why you don't use the softener, which is designed to clump them together to make things softer.
Yeah.
That's the cleaning done. Second cloth for the buffing. Now remember, this is about 20% of the car. Now here we go.
So far you've taken just over a minute.
Lovely. The inside of this window I'm even going to do in a sec, just to make sure that it's all done properly, because the inside is filthy and I don't want you to think that this hasn't done the wonderful job that I promised you that it does. And again, I haven't worked hard, I've worked smart. That's what I've done to get this beautiful shine and protecting the car as well. So that's that done. Let's quickly do the wheel. Now again, this is a really bad wheel, folks. It has, it's in very bad condition. It's actually got parts of the lacquer broken away, and that's where all of that dirt is here that you won't see coming away. But you're getting the idea of...
See, they are alloy wheels, but it could be that you've got like the plastic hubcaps. They can be clean with it as well, no
Absolutely.
problem.
Yeah, perfect.
I love the fact they've got the tyre product in there as well, because you know you can have the best cleaned alloy wheels, the best cleaned body of the car, but if your rubber wheels look mucky, it still looks a dirty car.
Now there we go. So 20% of the car we all agreed on roughly is what I've done there. So 20% of the car in how long?
Just over 2 minutes.
Okay, so 2 minutes, that's 20% of it. So 5 times 2 minutes is 10 minutes. Siobhan's getting a little bit, we can't read some of the jokes.
Yeah, Siobhan's jokes that are coming in now,
Can't read them.
they are a bit racy.
But she wouldn't even tell us in her ear.
Apparently the last one that
Gemma
came in
wouldn't.
was so racy, they wouldn't even tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, apparently she's going to tell us later. Siobhan! Maybe Siobhan's doing what we're doing in our heads.
Maybe.
Having a relaxing evening in front of the telly, perhaps with a glass of something at her side. And I'm imagining that the glass is emptied a few times. and
Maybe
been
it's
refilled.
maybe it's Grandad's 12-year-old whiskey.
It could be. That's right. That's right. When we get onto the chamois, Uncle, what is it? Uncle Bruce or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll do that in a minute. But thank you, Siobhan. We appreciate your jokes, even though I can't repeat them. We've got a joke from Scott, though. Hi, Scott. What kind of music do wind turbines listen to? They're big heavy metal fans.
Oh, big
yes!
heavy metal fans.
Yes, we have
Lovely.
a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Arrgh.
That's good.
I like that. More. We want more. Studio at ShopOnTV.co.uk. What's the winner at the moment? I will assign a winner, and the winner will get a free bottle of Keep It Clear, courtesy of... No, I can't do that, unfortunately. We're not allowed to.
I was about to say,
Competition
yeah.
rules and everything. But I'd love to... I will give you a free bottle as soon as you buy it. How's that?
Yeah, we will do a special deal for you. We will sell you
Yeah.
2 for the price of 3.
Yeah.
That's today's
What
special
we'll do, Alan and I will both kiss the bottle before it's shipped. We'll give it the blessing. No, then they're just going to return it, aren't they? It's like, it's been used, it's been soiled, it's been desecrated. If you have got something that's soiled, you need a good washing machine. No, actually, if it's on your patio, you wouldn't. Well, I see where she's going with this.
I knew where she was going.
I thought we were doing more of the Keep It Clear. Sorry, Gemma just gave me the perfect segue. Let's try that again. Soiled. Let's talk about soiled again. If you've got something that's soiled,
Yeah.
you
You need a
washing machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've got a surface that's wet,
Wet.
wet. I remember them.
Yeah, of course, my favourite band on the planet, love them still. Used to be called Burnt Toast before they became
Did they really?
Marty Pello, yeah. Martin
Yeah.
McLaughlin.
What I like about them is they really, their music permeates you. I mean, I can feel it in my fingers,
Really?
feel it in my toes.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's everywhere you go, I bet.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, and if you've got something dirty and you want to clean it up, we've got not just a cloth, we've got the cloth that's guaranteed for a year, that could last you up to a decade if you use it once a week on your car, but you can use it everywhere. Where there's dirt, there's a chamois. Oh, blimey.
Roll
Alan,
the
go on.
VT.
He's not doing it for me.
This is the Miracle Chamois, made in Germany. They are super, super absorbent. Watch this. You just pull it in one direction. I say one direction, I'm snaking it. If I go back, it leaves streaks. We don't want that. Use it on your car. They're fantastic for that. Designed many years ago, made in Germany. Use it on big vehicles too, if you're lucky enough to have them. Caravans, motorhomes, trucks and trailers. Farmers love them on farm equipment. They are super absorbent. Hey, Shaylee.
Yes.
There's one thing I haven't done to it yet. Did you guys notice?
What haven't you done, Dave?
What hasn't he done? He hasn't wrung it out. It's still picking up liquid. Look, it's like a thirsty camel. I've done about 6 passes already, and let's see how much we got, because now it's leaving a trail. Watch this. I mean, if you're using it around the home,
Gosh.
no longer really do people use them for washing cars, too often anyway. It's a bit of a dying art, but around the home you'll love it. Maybe you're defrosting your freezer. Maybe you've got a washing machine that floods, a leaky pipe. Me, sometimes I take a shower, but with the curtain on the outside instead of the inside. So you can use it as a bath mat too. Good idea. I mean, sponges work, kind of. We know that. They pick the liquid up and then they drip and dribble and dump it all
So
over the
true.
floor on the way back to the sink. Some of
Yeah.
it ends up in your trousers, which is embarrassing.
Not good.
And what about these turkeys? Ever used one? J-cloths? Some people call them handy wipes. Tell me, what's handy about that? All it does is spread the mess around the kitchen. And try and pick up a spill with it.
No way.
What a turkey. Please, take your chamois. This is the most absorbent material known to mankind. Lay it in the mess and just keep your eye on the liquid. Like a liquid vacuum cleaner, it picks it up. They
Oh my
actually absorb
goodness.
up to 20 times their own weight in liquid.
That's incredible.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And what I personally love about it is there's no drips. It locks it inside. No drips. Walk across to the sink with it and you're not going to make a mess on the floor. So that's got to be handy, right? We'll give it a twist and it's ready to use again. If you're lazy like me, use the whole length. See how big they are? So you can use it for washing the car. You'll get the job done fast. What about windows? What about shower screens, patio doors? Any true surface like that, you get a wonderful streak-free finish each and every time. NASCAR drivers use them because they don't scratch the paint. They go in the washing machine whenever they're dirty, so that's got to be good, right?
And we're seeing it there in action on the car, and whether it's car, a motorhome, a caravan, absolutely brilliant. And they never go hard like the chamois normally do they?
Good
Which
point.
is brilliant.
Good point there, Hayley. I'm not sure what to call you guys now, Shaylee or...
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Whatever you
So-
like. We've been called much worse, as
They
you
don't
know.
dry hard like the old animal
Yeah.
chamois. That's a great point. And I'm not here to slag anyone else's product off. You know, the old animal chamois are good, but they dry hard like a rock and they smell bad eventually. This one, it goes in the washing machine, so it's never going to smell bad. What about on the carpet? Now, this is what hooked me the first time I saw it and made me buy a Miracle Chamois, because accidents happen. We're actually breaking in a little puppy dog at the moment. So you've got a nervous puppy. You know, they run around with a wet tail and they make a little mess everywhere. It's not their fault, but it's very unfortunate. Big dogs too. Maybe you have one of those golden relievers. Yes, the bad jokes are coming out. Sorry. The worst animal, though, and we all know one, is the party animal.
Oh, yes.
Brings back memories of my childhood in New Zealand. Could be Uncle Frank on a Friday with the big bottle of 12-year-old whiskey. Oh dear, and then the fights break out soon afterwards. Anyway, we won't get into that, but I'm going to make this as nasty as I can. This could be anything, by the way. I'm using Diet Coke. Could be tea, coffee, wine, water, whiskey,
Oh,
beer.
my word.
Doesn't really matter what it is. It all starts to smell bad eventually.
Yeah.
Even water. I think we know that. If you leave water on the carpet for long enough, it'll smell bad too. You ever spilt milk on the carpet? Heaven forbid. What a smell. Anyway, what we can't see at home, check this out, is underneath the carpet.
Oh,
Those
My word.
hardwood floors have seen better days.
And that's your floorboards that's gone onto,
That's
isn't it?
right. What about if you're on the first floor of a building and it leaks through into the
So-
ceiling of the level below and into the downlights, and now it starts becoming a major and very expensive problem. So if that was your last bottle of 12-year-old scotch, of course, well, what's the first thing you reach for when you spill a drink? The panic sets in. What, another drink? I swear that's what Sean just said to me. Another drink. Never mind. It's a bit early for kitchen towels. Maybe we all use these. Whatever you can find, right? Could be a tea towel. We've all done it. The loo roll. Run for that as well. The thing with kitchen towels is you use them once. They get wet. They fall apart. Yeah. It's like watching your money get wet right before your eyes, falling apart, and then we screw it up and throw it in the rubbish. They are expensive, aren't they? And what do we do next? Go and get some more. Yeah. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Take your chamois, remove the excess liquid. By the way, I'm not here to tell you you'll never use kitchen towels again, but they are the enemy, really. I mean, you've got to think about the environment. There's a lot of deforestation going on out there, and this is part of it. So take your chamois, just lay it on the mess, a little bit of pressure with your hands. If it's a puppy dog piddle, use your feet. Step on it. Not on the puppy, obviously. That stain's nearly gone. I'm going to do the other side. See the colour change in the cloth. Now remember that drink. If that was Uncle Frank's last bottle of 12-year-old Scotch, no need to waste it this time. This is what we used to do in New Zealand anyway. A couple of fresh ice cubes. And Uncle Frank would never know the difference.
Oh, you're awful.
Be fine.
Don't try that at home, folks, especially if you have a nervous puppy dog. Absolutely. I'm going to do this one more time because that was a pretty big spill. And what you'll find is underneath, do you remember that big lake, that disaster beneath the carpet? That's going to be gone. And I firmly believe the floors should be pretty much bone dry underneath.
Oh my word, that is amazing.
It's actually drier here than it is anywhere else. It is. So, yeah, you use it just once, right, for a big spill like that. And as you know, it's paid for itself several times over. But you'll use it every day. And I know people say that. Lots of salesmen say it, don't they? You'll use it every day. But think about this. How often do you reach for a cloth? In a day, at least once. Yeah. You know, unless you're not house proud at all, you will use a cloth every day. So it's very, very handy to have around. And please remember, you can cut them into any size you like. Fantastic. They're always clean to clean with. You throw them in the washing machine whenever they're dirty. Don't use fabric softener with them though. And if you're wondering what do we get for our money, look how big they are. You get 2 of these big jumbo ones. This is our regular deal. 2 big jumbo sheets, exactly the same as the one I use. And a blue one for windows. This is a $4.99 value. You get all that for $20 usually. I'm not sure of the item number. It might be on screen right now. Don't use that item number because for this particular show, for no extra cost, what we do is double the value. So now you've got 4 of the big jumbos and 2 blue ones. Brilliant. For £20.
Honestly,
terrific value. This is where I think the folks at head office have been on the gin and juice when they make these specials up because this is an incredible value. And if you're thinking, do I really need that many? Well, think of it this way. You've got one for the car, leave it in the car. Here's one for the house, cut it into quarters for dishcloths. Yep. The third one you could put under the sink for when disaster strikes, or if you have a dog, if you have pets, an absolute must. The fourth one, you could have this as a spare if they're all in the washing machine, or use it for jumpers.
Jumpers?
Jumpers?
What are we going to do with our jumpers?
Jumpers?
What are you
on about? Woolly jumpers, cashmere sweaters, Angora, the kind of garments that you can't put in the tumble dryer. Take your wet jumper, roll it up in one of our chamois.
No way.
And in as little as 20 minutes, your jumpers are bone dry and ready to wear again.
How brilliant.
Great.
I love that, isn't it? I mean, isn't it great? Sorry, words failed me there, which is a bit of a professional hazard when you're a TV presenter. It's just that time of night, isn't it? How are you, by the way? You doing all right? We are live. We're still live. We're here. We're live till 3. But now we have 2 studios, and we've got all these products that we've done these lovely demonstrations with. It's wonderful to be able to show you them in action, such as this, for example. Although this, you have brought most of the outside inside.
Yes.
And what is this exactly?
Okay, so very briefly, for all of your outside areas around your house, all of the hard surfaces, and by hard surfaces we mean concrete, plastic, glass, we're talking about metals, all of those things, painted metal as well, ceramics, anything at all that's out there, your rattan furniture, things like that, your wooden decking and stuff like that. So basically, here's the thing, some of that stuff. Even the top of that caravan, any part of that caravan that has
even the walls.
Even the walls. Anything that has gone a discoloration outside, you can use this. It is a fantastic product. Now, what you do is it's a concentrate, so it needs to be diluted. So you put 1 part of the JCB Keep It Clear to 4 parts water.
Which is why it comes in this bundle with this.
That. And then you go outside and you literally, all of the areas that have that discoloration that you need to zhuzh up. Let me give you an example. Excuse me, Rob, if I may.
Please, show us
this here. Have a look at that there. That is what it does. Clearly you can see this is where I've treated, untreated, untreated, treated. And that's the difference it made. So if this is kind of something that you're looking at going, yeah, I get that, or you know that your fence posts, your fence panels or anything like that has that algae growing on it, that green, around window sills and stuff like that, UPVC, even on your conservatory.
If it's green, with this you can clean.
You can clean.
Now, so here's the thing. Why don't people just wash it off with a brush or with a pressure washer?
Because
or a hose?
that would be a really big problem.
Why?
And I tell you why it's a big problem, and you may or you may not realize this, but let's say we're talking about this one here, which we can see there's some green algae on this.
Yes.
But there's also, I've just put down, it's loose, I just put it there just because I want to talk to you about moss and things like that. And I get a pressure washer and I start to spray that here with a pressure washer. Yes, I'm cleaning it and I'm pushing away and getting rid of all of the algae you can see and the moss you can see, but all I'm doing is, what does it love? Algae and stuff loves water. It loves to be wet and
warm.
it loves, exactly. So if I pressure wash that, I'm firing it everywhere else with water. So it's going off and it's landing on your shed roof, it's landing on your other windowsills, it's landing all these other places.
You're literally you're spreading its seed for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a virus. It's like if you have a cold and you sneeze, you're spreading it elsewhere. That's what you're doing. But when you use this just here, when you use the Keep It Clear from JCB, and you think about JCB, you think about, ultra powerful, you think about strength. And that's exactly what this is. When you use that, what it does is it kills the problem and gets rid of it. Now, if you spread it onto or spray it onto moss like this, the moss will die and then you would sweep that away.
Right.
Or alternatively, the green algae, it just disappears completely.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that problem, that issue is gone.
So if you, this is a question that's just occurred to me. Once you've applied the Keep It Clear and it's dried and done its thing, if you do then pressure wash your patios and things that it's been applied to, does that wash it away?
It ultimately will, but if it rains afterwards, that's fine. It's not a problem. It doesn't wash it. But yeah, if you're using a pressure washer to do it, yes, of course it will. But you don't need to.
You don't need to, right.
You don't need to. But what you could do, if you really wanted to, if you put that down, you said I wanted to, because some people are really, they want to be get really into it. They go that extra mile.
Yeah.
What you could do if you wanted to is use the Keep It Clear, get rid of all that green algae. Then you could pressure wash it down if there is kind of other marks that non-organic marks that you want to get rid of. And then what you could do is, if you wanted to, you could use the paving sealant, because then that would seal that, and it wouldn't allow that algae from next door neighbours or been blown around in the weather or whatever it might be landing.
Because you might have a next door neighbour who's pressure washing their moss and it's all coming in your garden
and then this
growing
sealant
on your pathways.
Will proof it. It's a sealant and a proofer, so it won't allow that to regrow. So you could of course do that, but ultimately all you need to do really is to use this, the Keep It Clear, and then just leave that there. Just leave it. It's fine.
So this, by the way, these are the Keep It Clear, the pavement sealant, the black spot remover, and the pressure, what do you call it? The
pressure sprayer.
Pressure sprayer. They're all available individually. You can go to our website, ShopOnTV.co.uk, or you can ask over the phone for them individually. However, we have bundled certain things together, and the bundles give you the best savings. So the Keep It Clear and the sprayer, that's £41.98 if you bought them separately, so you're saving about 12 quid. And though that's the most obvious, and if you buy nothing else, if you don't want to do anything else, if you can't be bothered to do anything else, if you don't feel you don't need to do anything else, then buy this. Remember, you just have to do it every 6 months.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy a whole year's supply now, it might go up in price by the time you come back in 6 months. So why not get a year's supply now? You're good to go. May not be on offer, may not be here. Our prices do go up. Then that's number one. Number two is, if you have, as Alan just suggested, use the Keep It Clear, and then to prevent anything from coming back, or to prevent any cross-contamination from neighbours' gardens and things like that, you could treat with the pavement sealer. So this is diluted with the pressure washer, and in fact, the pavement sealer goes on exactly as it goes on neat. So we've put that together as a bundle as well, 5 litres of each.
And that might be a bundle as well, folks. If you already have one of the 5-litre pressure sprayers and you think, I don't need that, but I do fancy using the Keep It Clear and then the paving sealant. Now, if you're wondering, because I've said use this every 6 months to keep it clear, and then I'm telling you then also that, well, you should use the sealant as, basically what you're doing there is giving extra protection. It's like an undercoat and then, you know, an overcoat of it. So
would you do that every 6 months as well?
You would do that every 6 months.
So you basically repeat both applications. So you put the Keep It Clear, you give it 3, 4, 5 days till all the green's gone. And then you could, if there are other marks there, you could pressure washer. And then you could add your pavement sealer. If there aren't other marks, then you just, as soon as 3 or 4 days after the Keep It Clear's gone down, you put the pavement sealer down. You don't have to do the pavement sealer, it's just extra protection. But if you do want to do that, there's a bundle. You do get a spray trigger, although it would be quite, I think, onerous to do pathways and things like that with just one trigger. So make sure you've got one of these as well. But you could buy that as a bundle, and then you could pay full price for just for the sprayer. If you're doing a year's supply, you could get yourself both of those bundles, and it would only give you 6 months on the pavement sealer. But you do whatever you want. You could just add in an extra one of something. Then, if you really have, once you've done your spray and your Keep It Clear, if you suddenly find there are dark spots, that stains essentially from all of the mould and what have you, to get rid of those, you could get yourself the patio cleaner. Now that is serious stuff. It is only to be used as a spot remover. Don't use it all over the place. It's, you know, you will need to wear protection for this and be careful. And you wouldn't use this on, you know, furnishings or anything like that. No. It is for the patio and pavement where you have that black mould. Black mould is a real problem. On wood, you wouldn't use this on wood.
Don't use that on wood.
Just purely on patios.
Just on patios, because it really is. It's very powerful. But you know, I don't want you to think, oh my goodness, I can't touch that. Just put gloves on and look at that's exactly it. Look at that curbing just down there, that black. Now, if you have that around the house, let me be straight with you. The Keep It Clear will not tackle that. No. You won't find many things that will tackle that problem. Except for the patio cleaner black spot removal. So if you do find you've got a load of that, you can either get some now. I mean, if you know you've got that stuff, if you've got black spots, but if you're not sure, just use the Keep It Clear. We've still got this in stock. You could always come back and get the black spot remover, the patio cleaner later if you needed to, even if it's a few days later after you've done the Keep It Clear. But there is a bundle actually as well with the paving sealant and the patio cleaner together. So you could go for a couple of bundles, save yourself about 24 quid. And you're covered for all eventualities. Or you can buy individually about £21.99 per bottle, depending on what you need. Now, in terms of how to use this, in terms of how to apply it, Alan wasn't available on this particular day at our other studio in Warrington, so we photocopy. We have a special print. We have a 3D printer. It's a biological printer. We printed our own Alan, who we didn't call him Alan, of course. Right. I hope he's more animated than me. He's much more animated, and he has just a few more follicles. And the other big difference is he was really very good. Oh. Yeah. Here he is. So when it comes to filling up your 5-litre JCB sprayer, it doesn't get much easier, because what they've done actually here is created and given you a funnel to pour into. So let me show you how it's done. Simply twist the handle and take out the inside. That's your pressure sprayer, and of course then it's very easy to fill up. Now in this instance, I'm going to be putting in the JCB Keep It Clear, which needs to be diluted. So in this instance, I put in 4 litres of water, and I'm going to pour in 1 litre of the JCB Keep It Clear. Little top tip from Alan: don't pour like that, it glugs. Turn it on its side and you get a lot less glugging. And then fill that up 1 litre. So I'm using a 20% ratio. Once that's done, simply pop this back in, give it a twist, and once it's in nice and tight, you can then put the pressure in by pumping this around 20, maybe 25 times, but you'll know when it's absolutely filled with air and pressure, and then you go along with your thumb switch and you spray it to your heart's content. And when it comes to using any of the products inside of this JCB pressure sprayer, well, it couldn't be any easier, because number one, you have a shoulder strap, so that's taking all of the weight for you. You can simply place it on the ground, or of course you can carry it with the carry handle. But in this instance, I'm using the JCB Keep It Clear inside here to get rid of moss, algae, and all of those horrible things around your garden, the green stuff that you don't want. So how do we apply this? Well, we simply press the trigger spray and we put it all over the area that's affected, whether it be moss, algae, lichen, or any of those things. And what we want to do is we want to give it a wet, a really good wetting, just like I'm showing you here. Now, the reason that we put plenty of the Keep It Clear from JCB down is that we want the area to be saturated. Now, what's happening here is that it is now penetrating through the problem area and going into the pores of the stone or the wood or whatever we put it onto, and it's going into the pores and therefore killing not just what you can see but what you can't see as well. And how quickly can you cover areas? Well, of course, with this sprayer we can adjust the nozzle to get a different spray, and you can see that as I turn it, more of a fan spray. So look, I can cover large areas quite quickly with this. So this is your pavement, it can be your roofs, it can be your caravans, it can be pretty much anything, any hard area outside. Now I want you to notice that if you start losing pressure, all you do is simply pop this off your shoulder and give it a pump like so, and again you will feel that resistance happening, and it's starting to become quite resistant now. Now I'm done. Now remember I said you can use the carry handle? Well, of course, if I'm walking I can have it like this as opposed to being on my shoulder, or of course just leave it on the ground. Now, one more thing as well to tell you about this is great because JCB have really thought this out. You don't have to keep your thumb on here if you're doing large areas. You can press it down and it will pop back out again. Press it down, push it forwards, and it locks into place. So I don't even have to hold my thumb on all of that. And again, here we go. All that is done. And now I know that within a couple of days, I'm going to see massive, massive differences in that moss. If you're working on a slope, always start at the top and let it roll down. And that's just how easy the 5-litre pressure sprayer is to use from JCB.
He poked it too
So when it
hard
comes to
and
filling up,
it bit his finger off.
no way, are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
Just after that, before that VT there, I had eaten a Mackie D's.
A Mackie D's?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and Jerry
Oh.
Martin, our esteemed boss,
Yeah.
he caught me to pay for his. He went, "Oh, I've only got, I said, "It's okay, I get it, Jerry."
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah, I got caught. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Big Mac,
I
cheeseburger,
do love that.
chips.
Don't say that. I'll be eating that when I get home now. I fell off my diet 2 days ago now. It's annoying. It's very hard when
You
you
have to
work
say
these
hello to
hours. Well, actually, we have someone very special watching. One of our most esteemed colleagues, in fact, the very first employee, or I should say contractor we brought on board to this wonderful operation for the production team, is a man who I've known for many years, and you have known for many years.
Can I add something to it?
Yes.
He is by far the best, second best director in this building right now.
That's very true. That is a true story. No, he's Kieran, our friend Kieran, and one of our beloved directors. And he is an amazing friend and an amazing director. And his good friend Nikki apparently is watching, and she's back after a gig. She's a rock and roll chick apparently, and she's been gigging tonight. Her band Miscellaneous. Check them out if you're in the Peterborough area.
What's her first name?
Nikki.
Nikki Elanius.
No, it's not Miss Nikki Elanius.
Oh, that was Miss Elanius.
It's Nikki from the band Miscellaneous.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Not Miss Nikki.
You can see my confusion though, can't you?
I can definitely see your confusion. It's written all over your face. Yeah. That was an excellent play on words, though, and for that I tip my hat to you, sir.
Yes.
So, Nikki, thank you for watching.
Thank you, Nikki.
Kieran has informed us that the price of entry is you have to buy the Keep It Clear.
Yeah, and of course you must know the song by Prince called Darling Nikki, which is terrific. I did sing a little bit of it for you.
He did, that's right, yes, that wonderful song, and apparently he's going to buy you a magazine. So...
Go on, Cynthia.
yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good gig, and we'll come see you sometime.
Keep talking about it because already Im up there said he's in trouble.
Yeah, he said he's definitely in trouble.
Kieran's in trouble.
Oh, he was telling us some stories about you, Nikki. You know, there was that one gig you did.
No. He said we're not to say anything about that. And it was after the gig downstairs that we can't talk about it.
Right. I did hear about the trouble with her downstairs.
And the photograph that he took.
Yeah, oh, that's right. He's got a few of them. He showed us one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty.
No.
But that's because it was upside down. If you turned it up the right way, it was perfectly
Oh,
acceptable.
is that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You see? Yeah. Now, if you buy nothing tonight, ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks.
why are you watching? What's the point? Go away. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, you're always welcome. And we had some amazing jokes, and at least 1% of which we've been able to repeat on the television. If anyone is still watching, for the last 5 or 6 minutes we're on the air and you want to send us a quick joke, studio@shopontv.co.uk is the email address to do so. But in the meantime, we're going to have a little wintry, no, not a wintry, autumny, springy? No, we're going to have, what do they call it?
You're going to have elocution lessons by the sound of things.
A summary. A summary.
Oh, I get you.
See what I did there? Of the JCB. Mm-hmm. And now Alan is going to be presenting the show for me in 2 weeks' time. He's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Was it 18th, 19th and 20th or something like that? Because I'm going to Torquay, gosh darn it. I'm taking my parents and my son David. We're going to go to Torquay for a few days. I'm going to leave my phone at home. I'm switching off. I'm disconnecting from the world and I'm going to have a little staycation.
Lovely.
And Alan is very kindly stepping in.
It's only for the money.
And and until the graphics, you have to watch out for the graphics and make sure the borders are right, you see.
Yeah.
Because if you can't spot a dodgy border, what's the point in hiring you?
Well, this is very true.
But if you've got a dodgy border, this will help, won't it?
Yeah.
Like garden border, you see.
Oh, yeah.
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 But anyway, as you're going to present, get on with it, mate. I'm going over here.
Yeah, why don't you go and...
Yeah, you just finish the show for me.
You just chill out.
See ya.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Listen, all the best. Well, do you know something, folks? I have a little thing to tell you. This has been the happiest moment of my life. Rob has literally walked off set. This is just brilliant. It's just got so much better. It really did. But if you are one of those people who has woes and worries about your garden outside and taking friends out there and them laughing perhaps at the state of the fence, the state of the roofs, the amount of moss that you have, and you can't take it anymore, but you can spare $29.99, well, we have that solution for you, folks. And it comes by the way of this JCB Keep It Clear. It is a solution for the solution. And don't worry about how you apply this, because we're also putting in the 5 litre sprayer here for you as well. This 5 litres, believe it or not, makes 25 litres. That means 5 times more than you actually buy. That is good. You mix it with water and then you spray it all over the place. And would you like to see, ladies and gentlemen, what that result is going to be like? I can hear you say yes. Well, allow me to show you, because this is a piece of something that's so heavy that I found in the garden of the house that I've just moved into a few months ago. And I put a little stripe right down the middle of it, and you can see the difference that it's made. Now, and I really mean this. I know we love to have a bit of fun here, but have a look at the trouble with this here and here, that discoloration. And that's not even algae. That's horrible, all of that is. I sprayed down along here, a straight line as you can see, and that is the result that I had. And if you want results like that, you can get those results on so many different surfaces around your house. So think about this for a minute. Your sheds, now whether they be a pitched roof, whether they be a tiled roof, whether it be a felt roof, it doesn't matter. You can use that. It will kill and get rid of the moss. If you use this on glass, you can use it on plastic. You can use it on. Oh no, he's coming back. You can use it on. It's the little things, folks. You can use it on wood, plastic, you can use it on all sorts of materials. Even if you have gates and things like that that are obviously metal that have got this green or lichen growing on it, you can use this on that. It doesn't have any bleaches, doesn't have any acids, so that means you can actually put this onto awnings as well, so canvas awnings. But always try a little piece in the corner just in case your awning doesn't like it. Pat's patios, canvas awnings, sunshades, PVC, aluminium windows, fencing, deckings, stonework, masonry, cladding, roofing, all of those different things. So you can use it on all of those things. All you've got to do is pick up one of those. That's too weird. It's literally too weird. That's weirded me right out that
It's just giving you a helping hand or two.
Yeah.
My hands had a job.
It's not your hands I was worried about, Rob.
I don't see the problem with it myself. But, well, I could see your hands were getting weary.
That was...
They were a little tired. particularly that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, from lifting your slab.
Here's a quick question for you, genuine question. Who manufactures the most tires in the world?
Michelin.
No. No, not JCB either. We just had that in my ear, by the way.
Tires.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of another tyre manufacturer. Pirelli.
No. Lego.
Oh, I see.
They make all the little
You
tyres.
didn't specify full-size tyres.
For exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that it's almost time to say goodbye, to
It
say
is.
farewell?
But just, it's funny you mentioned that particular manufacturer because my son was distraught. As one Christmas we didn't have a lot of money and all he wanted was a set of building blocks and we couldn't afford them and he just went, oh no, please, can I have building blocks, Daddy, please? And I just said, no, son, let go. Let go.
Now you know why I enjoyed those few minutes of interlude when he went off.
But have you noticed how I suck you up?
So what I'd like to say, folks, is that we are coming towards the end of the show, and we would like to say thank you so much for tuning in. It has been an absolute pleasure for me, Alan, to be here with you tonight on ITV. Please do join us again tomorrow night when we'll be here sometime after midnight, right through until 3 a.m. Let me ask somebody who knows some stuff about his business, who's on tomorrow night and what product do we have tomorrow night, so I can tell the lovely.
Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some mulberry silk for you, and also the lovely Elise is in the house. She's going to be getting into bed with me, or at least sitting the other side of a bed from me.
You mean Ray is not here, Ray of Sunshine?
Ray of Sunshine is not coming down tomorrow because we're on either about 1:20, I think. We're on a little later. We're being shunted because of the football.
Oh, baba.
Yeah. And,
There's no football tomorrow.
Is there no? Is there no?
No,
There'll
there's no
probably
football.
highlights or I don't know, something. So tune in about 1:20. And yes, so we have some amazing duvets and pillows and bedding.
I was going to say all that.
And if you can't stand me, don't worry because the lovely Elise will be here and she will make up for all of my foibles.
Genuinely, and I really mean this, right? I have a mulberry silk duvet. It is just, I've got an Egyptian cotton cover for it. I'm not kidding you, it is a godsend.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, it is the best bedding you can buy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is
my
fab.
experience. But everyone who tries it agrees with me, and
Yeah.
you've just said it yourself.
Yeah, love it.
Al, thank you, pal.
Hey, no, real pleasure. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Please, this genuinely is, we love to have it. These products are brilliant.
And thank you so much for putting up with all of our shenanigans. I hope you've had an enjoyable evening and also bought some decent products as well. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.
Oh.